Let's go! Yo, this is a message to all believers. We're not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Yo, listen. Living in a time where evil's staring in your face. Yeah. Problem situations, tragedies are commonplace. Persecution running rampant, it makes you wanna lose your faith, yeah. But please don't be discouraged, just remember he's the way. Yeah. Let your light shine. Gave his son so the world gets in him who should believe. Everybody shout! Even from the mountain, even in the valley low. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. Can't keep it a secret. Gotta let the whole world know. Listen, I get so excited at the mention of his name. Yeah. Said there's no way that I can hide it. It's written all over my face. So tell me who else would love me after all the wrong I've done. So don't expect me to keep quiet. I'm about to lose control. Yeah.
Now if you got a little rhythm, move left to right. A new experience, baby, gon' hit your stride. Now who walking? I'm walking. Who walking? I'm walking. Who walking? I'm walking. Is you walking? And when the grooves get good, go right to left. Shut up, y'all. We got grab the tread. Now who walking? I'm walking. Is you walking? I'm walking. and stretch and walk it out like you know your plans you have for me. There's no evil, it's all good things. Lord, I love you, so I will trust you. Here I let my fear die. That's why I'm walking.
And my eyes can get it right.
Faith will be my guide.
And I'll follow
The trouble.
when I don't understand.
I will
surrender to your plan.
clap your hands. Everybody, say me, don't fail me now. Don't chase it. You ready? Somebody walk.
You know your plans you have for me. There's no evil, it's all good things. Lord, I love you, I will trust you. So here I let my fear die. That's why I'm walking.
Faith will be my guide.
And even through the trouble, I don't understand. I'll relinquish all my plans.
Good Lord, open up doors. Took me down a path I ain't never been before. Looking at the road, I don't see a lot of space. Guess I gotta drop my load, cause you're picking up the pace. Don't leave me to die, be by my side. I get a little anxious, please be my guide. I got my feet shot, I've been prepping for the moment I will get the green light. So if you see me, I'm rolling like feet. Don't fail me now.
Trying to tell you like I am. By faith. Oh Lord, I'm walking. Anybody else going? Yeah, I say I am. I'm walking. With my
Eyes can get it right.
faith will be my guide.
I'll follow when I don't understand. I'll surrender to your plan.
Yeah.
For me. Feet don't fail me now. I'm walking.
Trying to tell you like
Oh yeah. I'm walking.
ooh, I'm walking. Anybody else going?
I'm walking.
Yeah, I say I am.
Oh yeah.
Can I get a witness?
I'm walking.
I'm walking wherever you may lead.
I'm walking.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh,
Ooh, yeah.
by faith. Sing. Get grandmama now.
I'm walking.
Go ahead, get Papa.
I'm walking. Oh yeah.
What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's HUMPday, Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. We done made it to the middle of the week, y'all. We done made it. Not only have we made it, I just can't believe it's already the middle of the week. I mean, my goodness, I say this every time we get to Wednesday or Thursday. I really can't believe that we made it to the end, to this far in the week this quickly. It seems like it was just Sunday, right? But here we are on Wednesday, April the 9th, 2025, and you are locked in with Zeke live in the morning. I told y'all this is a great way to start your day, and I don't think I've lied to you yet. I don't know. It's a great way for me. So it's great to somebody. If it ain't great to you, it's great to me. So it's great to somebody. Great way to start your day is Zeke Live in the morning. I'm your host, Zeke Locke, and we are moving right through April as if
March never even happened. I mean, what happened to January? What happened to February? What happened to March? They went by so fast. But, you know, new things, new horizons, new stuff has started off. Look at this, Zeke Live in the Morning. It's new. We started that this year. I'm wondering, have y'all started anything new this year? Have y'all got anything new and, you know, that you've been working on? Any New Year's resolutions that you, that you said you were going to do and you've already given up on them? It's not too late. We're only in the second quarter. It's all right. You can, you can still pick that thing up. We are here. I'm a living testimony to tell you can still pick that thing up, man. I'm telling you, we had some good conversations yesterday. Not just on the show, but even after the show, I talked to some folks, had to talk to my label. I talked to my team. I talked to, listen, it's just, I got no complaints. We're going into the rest of this year. Up. That's how we doing it. So anyways, it's Zeke Live in the Morning. My light is blinking. I don't know why. So if y'all see it go dark, you know why. It's Zeke Live in the Morning. Like I said, it's Hump Day, April 9th. This is a great way to start your day. I'm your host, Zeke Locke, and we've got a good one for you today. I think that you're going to enjoy today's show. We've got coming on with us Mr. Sean Breed. He'll be on with us today. A little bit later on, so you definitely want to tune in for that. He's an artist, an actor, an influencer, just an overall good dude, and we had a chance to be in something together, and that's where I met him. And listen, it's been my dude ever since. So I'm excited to introduce y'all to him. If you don't know who he is already, it's going to be interesting conversation. We're going to ask him some questions about how we got in the game and all of that stuff like that. So definitely tune in. And then let's see, yesterday was a really good show. We had with us Miss Tara Jones, and her and Rhonda on the Rocks versus Eric Rideout. That's I'm not gonna put myself on that. It was her and Rhonda on the Rocks versus Eric. I'm the neutral party. I'm a neutral party. I'm not trying to get in trouble for talking about the ladies. So Eric, you on your own with that one, brother. Anyways, y'all, listen, this is going to be a great show. We did have a good show yesterday, though, with Tara Jones. I want to encourage you to go back and check that show out if you have not already done so, because it's been, like I said, it's been a good conversation. We had a good time with them. It was really awesome. All right, y'all, let's do this. Let's do what we always do. Let's start the day off with a couple of shout outs here. Let's see here. We definitely got to shout out Miss Brony Cat, who is the church announcement lady for us in the morning. Bro, that is hilarious to me. We just call her the church announcement lady and just be... Anyway, she wants y'all to know, as always, welcome to Zeke Live in the Morning with your host, Zeke Locke, and co-host Eric Rideout and Richard Holmes. Grab your morning beverage. Let's see, I got my morning beverage. It's just water today, just water. Grab your morning beverage and get ready for a great topic and conversation. Listen, there's always good conversation over here. Thank you, Brony Cat. And let me put this one up here real quick, because she was the first comment of the day. Hey, first comment of the day. Shout out, Brony Cat. And yeah, like she said, it's Wednesday. We made it to midweek, man. I really cannot fathom how we at the middle of the week already. Crazy. Yeah. And then let's give a shout out to our girl, Miss Rhonda on the Rocks. She was with us yesterday. And listen, man, that firestorm she ignited was one for the books. So we're definitely going to have a whole battle of the sexes thing. Rhonda wants y'all to know that I need to pick a side. Like, she put my government name on there. So, she put my federal name on there. My name, the feds call me. So that's how you know that I probably need to pick a side. But I don't think I'm going to pick a side. I think I'm going to stay neutral like Switzerland. I'm just going to stay neutral. And you just call me Switzerland. Oh, speaking of Switzerland, here's a fun fact. I got on a shirt from my choir friends in Switzerland, Sova Gospel Choir. Wow, look at that. Look how things come together. See, I really am Switzerland. They're from Geneva, Switzerland, and they'll be here in the summertime. So they're coming. We'll have more announcements about that coming up at some point as the year and as the months roll on. Yeah, but how cool is that, though? I gotta, you know. And look at this, Brony Cat. I just saw this come across here. Bernie Cat says she forgot that was my name. Nope. Just Zeke. Man. Listen, I told y'all we got a great show planned for today. Now, y'all forgive me. I'm going to have to drink a lot of water today. I'm not feeling the actual best this morning, believe it or not. I feel like a little bit of that you know, with the cold and the stuff draining and all that. I got that kind of going on. So I got a little scratchiness in the throat. So if y'all, see me drinking a lot of water, that's why. I'm scratchy in the throat, all that going on. So forgive me if I do a couple of I don't think I got COVID. I'm not claiming it if I do. I don't have COVID. It's just sinus season. And that's one thing about this time of year, man. If you've got sinus issues, like if you got sinus issues, then this time of year, man, this is not your friend. This is that second winter that comes along. We already had winter, then you have that one period of spring, that's the false spring, then you get second winter, then we come back to like a little bit of actual spring, and then so we're in the false winter right now. It was snowing the other day here in Chicago. And so like these fluctuations in the, weather, they'll get your sinuses all draining. So like I said, man, y'all pray for your friends who got sinus issues and allergy problems, because we are struggling this time of year. I mean, I got a little bit of a headache that's going on. I got the scratchy throat. So I know I ain't the only one that's got that. There's a lot of folks that deal with that stuff. So I'm praying for you, because I know your pain, man. I know your pain. And man, listen, like I said, this time of year, between the springtime and the fall time, those times for my sinuses are the absolute worst. It's like when the weather is changing. I don't know what it is about the changing weather, drastic changes that just make it so bad. And then I heard somebody, like a doctor or a scientist or somebody, some article I read, I don't remember where I saw this at, that said that has like no impact on it. And I'm like, use a no impact lie. Like my whole life, I've just known that the spring and the fall, I gonna struggle. The winter, I don't struggle as bad. There's the other stuff that goes around in the wintertime, but sinuses, not as bad. Not a lot of pollen, ain't none of that going on. So wintertime, not terrible. Summertime is just bad, like especially for allergies, because of all the pollen, the flowers, and the animals, and all these other things, right? So summertime, you just got to live with that. But the spring and the fall, though, oh man, that's prime season for things to go wrong. So, So I don't know what they was talking about. There's a no impact lie, because I've been having an impact on my health all of my life. So this time of year. So yeah. So anyways, all your friends who got sinus issues and stuff like that, y'all keep them in prayer, because we struggling. If you're like me, you're struggling on today. So, but it is hump day. And so, at least we made it to this part of the week. And so, hopefully I'll go through the rest of the week without a whole lot of sinus issues. And speaking of the rest of the week, let me start this off like this before I go into anything else. Let me give a quick shout out, of course, to our month's sponsor. You got to say all the S's. Our month's sponsor. Let's put a quick shout out to our month sponsor, LAH Entertainment and Arts. Y'all have heard me talking about them. They have sponsored all of our expenses, what it takes to go live and do the streaming for the month of April. And so we definitely want to give them a shout out. We want to thank them for the love of what they've done. And like I said, they'll be on at some point within the next couple of weeks before the month is out, to talk a little bit about what they do, who they are, and ways that you can even get involved in music and arts. So if you're into the music, if you're into the arts, if you're into movies, if you're writing books, if you're doing, they can help you. It's a good conversation to have. It's good to know people who do that kind of stuff, man. I was really excited even yesterday with Tara Jones. We had her on, like I said, and some of the same stuff that she does, my wife does. And so my wife was listening like, oh yeah, I heard the lady you was interviewing, like, oh, her stuff is kind of like mine, the connections. It's just connections. There's pieces in there I didn't know, and so the way the connections. And some of y'all doing stuff, I don't know that you're doing it, because that's why you network. That's why, and that's what Zeke Live in the Morning is all about. That's why I love all the lock stars, all you lock stars that are here, all the ones just visiting, thinking about being a lock star. Listen, the networking possibilities amongst the people who are on this are really good. So I really enjoy and appreciate that. So LAH Entertainment, that's a good place to network and all of that. And Rich even mentioned some casting calls that will be going down in future dates. So we'll let him kind of describe when that is, or we'll let them describe it when they come on. But either way it goes, stay locked in, because, that's where you're going to get the information. That's where you're going to gain that knowledge, as Rich would say it. You're going to gain some knowledge. That's how you're going to do that. So I definitely want to give a shout out to LAH Entertainment. Also got to give a quick shout out to my man's Eric Rideout. He is, as y'all know, traveling, so he might be able to pop in a little bit later. If not, we just showing him love and giving him a what's up. And then, of course, Rich Holmes will be on a little bit later as well. So a good day. Thank you to LAH Entertainment. And then I want to go ahead and put this up there if I can find it. Tomorrow. So tomorrow, we're working out how the show is going to go tomorrow. We're going to go live so we can keep consistent, but trying to work out if I'm going to hit the road and go live, or if I'm just going to let the co-host take it. And, I just kind of chime in when I can for the sake of reception. I have to drive to Springfield, and this is why I'm driving to Springfield. This right here. It's coming up. That's right. Advocacy Day, the day of advocacy. We're doing an advocacy day tomorrow in Springfield. So if you're in the Illinois, if you're in the state of Illinois, even if you're in the state like Indiana, and you live, work, well, maybe you live in Indiana but you work in Illinois. Maybe you live in live in Indiana but you do all your shopping in Illinois, or even Wisconsin or Iowa, right? Kentucky. There's these different states, these border states, Missouri, right? You might live in one of these border states, but you work over in Illinois. You do stuff in Illinois. You go to church in Illinois. You got a business in Illinois. It's a good thing for you as well to advocate. But if you live in the state of Illinois, why do we advocate? Well, we advocate for, like I've mentioned before, we're advocating for a few things. We're advocating for our Community Healing Resource Center network. We're advocating for what we call a clean slate initiative. So that's ending permanent punishments. That's making sure that people who have paid their time for doing the crime don't have to pay time longer than what they were told they had to pay. You were told you were going to jail for 3 years, and then you got out, you got to do 5 years of probation, like with a PO, and you can't get a job, you can't do. Now we're trying to end that stuff, right? Illinois has done good in comparison to some of the other states, some of those red states. Illinois has done all right in comparison, but man, can we go a lot longer? And unless we got a seat at the table, we're going to be on the menu. And so, we got to go have a seat at the table. So how do you do that? You go directly to the source. You go right to the legislative. You go right to where they're making the laws, right to where the people who would eat you up and put you on the menu, you go right to them and you tell them, hey, I'm still here. You don't let somebody else advocate for you. You advocate for yourself. So our community advocating for our own community, that's what we're doing on the Advocacy Day tomorrow. So that's tomorrow morning. There's buses leaving from different locations in the state. I think there's one from the west side. All the information is on there. So that QR code that's there, if you got an iPhone, and you're watching on your device, you can actually just hold that QR code and it should work. If it doesn't, then just look up Live Free Illinois. Just look up Live Free Illinois and then look up events and it'll come up. It's right there. It's real simple. It's if you ever worked internet, you can find it. It's real simple. You see the name right there, Live Free Illinois. Why we want to live free? Because we ain't free till we all free. And whom the sun sets free is free indeed. So let justice roll. Come on, Amos. You know what I mean? We got to advocate for ourselves. And so I love to see some lock stars show up. Maybe if a couple of y'all came, or and I know most of us work too. So it's a work day. It's a full work day. It's Thursday. It's a work day. I get it. I'm not naive to that. But some people, got time. They sitting around, they ain't got nothing else to do, want to go somewhere, want to do something, want to be with some people. Well, this is a good thing to get involved in. It's a positive thing to get involved in. It's advocating for your community. It's pushing community initiatives forward from within our own community. Gives you a chance to meet some people. There's going to be a lot of people that's going. So, you can, and I'm going to get off of this right after here, and maybe bring it up a little bit later, but you can make change and show power. One of two ways. You can either organize money. So if you got a whole bunch of money, especially if it's organized money, you can get a seat at the table. This is real. This is why Elon Musk, you saw that stuff that's why he was such favor with the president, right? That's why he was sitting at the cabinet meeting. Excuse me, he wasn't sitting at the cabinet meeting. He was standing at the cabinet meeting, standing over the president and the cabinet. How do you get to such a position that you can do that? Whole bunch of money. Well, our community, unfortunately, has been disenfranchised from getting to a whole bunch of money. Our community and other communities, even on a global scale, have been disenfranchised from that type of power. And so what's the other way that you can power if it ain't money? The other way is people, organizing people. And that's what we're doing. We're organizing people. The more people that's there, then revolutions can start. The more people that's there, then changes can happen. The more people that's how every revolution that happened, everything that got, we got voting rights. Why? Because people marched. We got civil rights. Why? Because people went directly to the source and advocated, but they did it not by themselves. It wasn't just like Martin Luther King going up there by himself. We like to wash the story and sanitize it like that. Say Martin Luther King went to Washington and changed the laws. That ain't even how it happened. There was so many people involved in that. I mean, there were so many people involved in it. And when I say so many people, I mean, you got, of course, your Medgar Evers, and you got all these people like that too, right? The Jesse Jacksons, we can throw all of them in there, even in modern times, the Al Sharptons, we can throw, but no, there were more people. There were people who were marching. There were people who were there, like they showed up. They were on the mall, on the cap. When you see them kind of numbers of people able to organize and come up, legislators, they pay attention to that. So that's why we do this stuff. So, I want to encourage you, if you're able to, then tomorrow on Thursday, April the 10th, we're going down and we're advocating in the state of Illinois at the Capitol. We're going to be right out there on the front. I'll probably have some megaphone in my hand, knowing them. They done made me the unofficial hype man of Live Free Illinois. So I love to look out into the crowd and see some of my lock stars, and be able to do that so that we can advocate for our community. So that's tomorrow. We'll see what happens with the show. I might be on. I might have to jump off. We don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But nonetheless, here we are today. And that's what we're going to worry about today. Look at this. I like this right here. One of my groups at work is Your Voice Matters. Yeah. There's a real thing we got to break up in the black community. Not my mustache popping me in the nose. This what? What is that? Well, there's a real stigma, a real messed up mentality that we have to break in the black community. It's that mentality of, I don't matter. What I say doesn't matter. My vote doesn't matter. If I march, it won't matter. We got a microwave generation today, and I get it. You used to putting a raw chicken in a microwave. I hope nobody's doing this, but follow the analogy. You can take a raw chicken, put it in the microwave, and in 20 minutes, you can have a fully cooked situation. We're used to having stuff. You don't even have to do that no more. Forget the raw chicken. You can just go to Walmart and just buy a chicken. Go to Jewel and just buy a rotisserie chicken. You ain't even, it's beyond a microwave generation. We're in a fast food generation. You don't even have to warm it up no more if you don't want to. It's just ready made for you. It's prepared for you. So we expect that things are going to happen. As soon as we do something, we think that it's just, that's it, but the reality is things take time, things take effort, things take work, things take, all of that stuff. And so, this mentality that, if I go marching, it's not going to work. This mentality that if I vote, it's not going to work. No, these things take time. You got to play the long game. It takes a long time to get people organized. And then after you do that, it takes a long time for the powers that be to want to change and bend to the will of the people. So it takes time, man. We got to kill this mentality in the black community that everything is going to just happen right away. If anybody knows that things don't happen right away, it's our community. That's the way I feel about it. I mean, go talk to your parents, your grandparents, who, if they still around, if you got folks, go talk to them. They had to wait on some stuff. They had to march for some stuff. They had to, they had to do the thing. So, play the long game. And so that's why, again, I want to encourage you, if you're not doing nothing, we're playing a long game here, but It's a necessary gain. The rights that we have today was because our grandparents did something yesterday. Or the day before yesterday. Our parents did something yesterday. Our grandparents did it the day before yesterday. Our great-grandparents did it the week before last. You know what I mean? Like they were, y'all get what I'm saying? Like somebody was out there on the move. And so we want to do that same thing to make sure that we're making it better for our generation. That's what leaving legacy is all about. And that's that other mentality we got to do better in the African American community, man. We got to do better about legacy, leaving something behind. Life insurance, some money in a safe, I don't care, whatever it is, leave something behind. Don't burn up your resources while you're here. And those resources also include your freedoms. Don't burn through your freedoms while you're here. We got some freedoms that we have. Somebody had to fight for those freedoms. So don't burn through the freedom. Make a path for the next generation. Because when you dead and gone, when I'm dead and gone, our kids got to live in this world. And we be some sucky parents to let them live in a world that's worse than the world we have. And if the world is this bad for us, imagine it being worse for our kids. That's just horrible. So we got to advocate. We got to try to make it a little bit better. You know. Yep. All right, there's my soapbox spiel for the morning. Okay. One more thing, and then I think we might do a music break. But one more thing. Okay. So y'all remember when student loans were being forgiven? Of course, all of that is going away. But when student loans were being forgiven under the Biden administration, do y'all remember this? There were a bunch of people, boomers especially, who were on here and they were saying, stuff like, well, I had to pay back all of my loans, so everybody else should have to pay back theirs. People who paid back $4,000 and $5,000 loans are telling their children, well, since I had to pay that back, you got to pay back your loans. And their children, meanwhile, got $75,000 loans sitting on them with no prospects of a job that's in their field or that even pays good. That's bad grammar. That pays well. You know what I mean? But they stifled by the debt that they just got hit with. And they got these boomers, you know what I'm talking about. And no offense to boomers, but that's just who it was. That, it was from that generation. Gotta call it what it is, right? And they were saying, you should have to do it because I had to do it. It's like, well, you also didn't have the same situation they had. And also, what do you want to make it better for the next people? Why do you want somebody to suffer because you suffered? Struggle because you struggle. That's a mentality, and we got to kill that energy, man. We got to unalive that energy. So, that's that. So, okay, that's my spiel. We want to make it better for the generations that's coming behind us, our kids, our grandkids, our nieces and nephews and them. We want to make it better for them. That's legacy, man. So, maybe we should be doing legacy. Maybe we should have a segment on the show called Legacy Thursdays. I don't know. I'm just making something up. But maybe we should do that. Maybe we should have a thing on there that gets people thinking about legacy, man. We don't think enough about legacy. And I get it. We spend so much time struggling just for the right now that you can't think about, the future. You just using up all the hope you got right now. I get it. I ain't even knocking it. All right. But I am going to knock how we come out of it. Let's come out of it with a little bit of an elevated thought. I think an elevated thought would be, okay, I suffered. I don't want nobody else to suffer from that. Right? This is all Bible practice. This is all Bible principles that I'm getting it from. Right? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Or the flip side, don't do to others what you wouldn't have them do to you. That's just the flip side of that, the negative version of it, right? But do to others what you would have them do. I would want somebody to give me a little bit of a break when something seems like it was an unfair advantage, like the unfair, it put me at a disadvantage. I wouldn't want somebody doing that to me. And so when it feels like systems have done that to me, then I want my children to not have that happen to them. So I advocate. I go to the law. That's what it's all about. That's why we do this stuff. So one more time, let's put that flyer up there one more time. That's what we're doing tomorrow, okay? Now we're advocating specifically for a few things. We ain't advocating for student loans. We ain't doing that. This is for people who have been victims of gun violence, other things like that, to make sure they continue to have the resources and be fully funded in those resources, because it takes money to run these nonprofits that, you got to solicit it. But that money that comes from the state, they got to approve it. So that's why we have to advocate. And then the Clean Slate Initiative, the ending of permanent punishment. So if you're not doing nothing tomorrow, feel free, if you're not doing nothing tomorrow, to jump on with us in that way, and it'll be a good day. It'll be a good day tomorrow. I'll be there, like I said. Pastor Bill will be there. We're going to have a bunch of folks from Live Free there. It's going to be a good time. So y'all show up if you're not doing nothing else. I'd love to see you in the building. Let's do just a couple more shout outs. Just a couple more. Let's see. There we go. Just a couple more. If I can find them. Told y'all, if y'all see me looking over here, looking over there, looking up here, I'm looking at all the things I got to press to make the live cast run, all while talking. I feel like that cat. You ever seen that video of that cat on that keyboard? He's like, I feel like that. He's like, that's how I feel. So, yeah. So, at any rate, let's see. A couple shout outs here. Y'all know who we got to give a shout out to. Y'all know we got to give hearts and love to Mama. That's JP Rideout. That's Mama JP Rideout. That's Eric's mama. I told y'all that is one of the mothers of the show, not just a mama of the show. That's a mother. She birthed the show. So there you go. So y'all show her love. Y'all know how we got to close it out. We open up with Brony Cat telling us the church announcement lady stuff, right? We do that, and then we close it out with Mama JP giving us that dismissal, letting us know it was a good show. So that's how we rolling. Let's see here. Jeremy Sanders, Pastor Jeremy Sanders, he was one of our esteemed guests. Also, you heard him singing the lead on that Sounds of Kingdom song that was in the intro, Not Ashamed. I've been playing that song every morning, literally just about every morning. Even when I wasn't trying to play it, it still played. Like I was trying to play Jamaica Say Less, and somehow that audio was still on there. So Not Ashamed has been hot over here on the Zeke Live in the Morning live cast. So thank you for that song, and thank you for your gift, Pastor Jeremy D. Sanders. And I told y'all we also streaming over on Twitch. Now, I've not done any work on Twitch. I don't know nothing about Twitch. I ain't been on Twitch. I ain't even logged back in. I ain't looked over it. I just made an account, and I started just trying to see if it at least streamed that way and all that stuff. And so it does. So all I get from Twitch right now are robots. So shout out to the bots on Twitch. Go away. Boo. So there you have it. Yeah. And then let's give a shout out to DJ Red Marcus Johnson. Man, I forgot to text you yesterday to tell you happy birthday. I know I said it on the show. Excuse me. On the show, but I was going to text you yesterday just to tell you happy birthday. I give you a call, and I forgot. I let it slip my mind. Got busy and was doing other stuff. But hope your birthday was good yesterday. Y'all know he had a birthday. We wished him well on yesterday. So, so shout out to him. And speaking of him, this is what we're going to do. Let's go to a music break. It's 8:05. Let's hit a music break, and let's do this. Since we have Marcus Fantastico, DJ Red Johnson on here, let's play his wife, Jamaica Lachey. Let's play a bit of song. Let's get some royalties going on in today's household. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to play two songs. We'll play two songs, and we'll be right back with some hot takes. I got some cool videos I want to share with y'all, see what y'all think, get your day started off right. But let's do this. Let's play our guest from yesterday, Miss Tara Jones, and right behind that, we're going to play Jamaica Lachey, I Don't Want It. We're going to play those two songs. We're going to play some fire music real quick, Two ladies of fire. That's how we're going to do this. So, yeah, that's how we'll do it. So, here's two songs for you. Just quick music break. Go get you some water. Go get you some coffee. Here's my water right here. Go get you some juice. Go do your thing. Some of y'all made it to Wednesday and you already need a mimosa. So, if you got to do that, then go ahead and do that. Try not to drink no pop or nothing like that, but whatever you need. Here's Tara Jones with I Am Who I Am, followed immediately by Jamaica Lachey, I Don't Want It. And the voice you'll hear immediately following that will be your host, Zeke. Y'all give it up. Put some hearts in the comments as well for Miss Tara Jones and Miss Jamaica Lachey. All right, we'll be right back.
Ain't no need for your approval. Nah, nah. Nah, nah. Yes, I being made by the ruler. Yeah, 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 yeah. No need for your approval, cause I'm made by him. Designed to his plan, I am who I am. Reaping up the harvest that he promised me. Talk all you want, but you gon' have to walk for me. I confess I ain't been perfect all my life, but I am blessed and he forgave me when he died. Love my imperfections, chosen by the womb. A vessel to be used and I won't stop until it's through. Yes, I am a believer. Ooh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Just to impress for no reason. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. No need for your approval, cause I'm made by him. Designed to his plan, I am who I am. Reaping up the harvest that he promised me. Talk all you want, but you gon' have to walk for me. Oh, yeah, I am who I am. I am who I am. Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah, I am who I am. I am who I am. Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah, I am who I am. I am who I am. Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah, I am who I am. I am who I am. Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Look, your approval isn't needed. I get my kudos from Jesus. You knew my name before I was a fetus. With him on my side, no one can defeat it. Don't go to the DMV for my ID. I'm uniquely made, you can't copy. I'm weird, creative, and elegant. I get wild, boy, you my G. What you saying is out of them. You should fall back like a rocket, yeah. I just assume that you underwear. You cannot hurt me, I'm more than a gawker, bro. I can't worry about what you say, cause you do not control my fate. You was my daddy who caught me when you thrift shot me. Boy, same in grace, forever changed.
Yes, I am a believer. Yeah, 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 yeah. Dressed to impress for no reason. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Ooh. No need for your approval, cause I'm made by him. Designed to his plan, I am who I am. Reaping up the harvest that he promised me. Talk all you want, but you gon' have to walk for me. Oh, yeah, I am who I am. I am who I am. Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah, I am who I am. I am who I am. Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah, I am who I am. I am who I am. Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah, I am who I am. I am who I am. Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Stand up, never lay down. Used to see us in the back, we in the front now. They tried, we did. Stepping up, no chill, I'm about to go in. Steady dancing in the clouds, got Abba walking mouse, talking handshake smiles for the big win. Almost on the reach in, trying to put their bid in, hoping they can slide just a piece in. But this ain't for the weak, for the hearts wanna sleep. Put a guard on your piece, gotta stand in your sleep. Take a breath and be meek, gotta take it from me. No one can do you like you do it. Be fluent in you, that's a movement. Stay focused on you, it's not selfish, it's true. It is only to you that you prove it. If I can't feel no love, I don't want it, yeah. If you can't feel these voids, I don't want it, yeah. If it don't bring me joy, I don't want it, yeah. I don't want it, I don't want it, yeah. People used to talk how me could falling off, now they looking for my corner. Rap form on the backtrack, I ain't cutting no slack, it's a new water. Set my team real strong now. Kingdom coming like a song now. Guaranteed on this walk, you will believe, but this word is the creed, and my faith equals free. No one can do you like you do it. Be fluent in you, that's a movement. Stay focused on you, it's not selfish, it's true. It is only to you that you prove it. It is only through him that you prove it. It is only through him that you prove. If I can't feel no love, I don't want it, yeah. If you can't feel these voids, I don't want it, yeah. If it don't bring me joy, I don't want it, yeah. I don't want it, I don't want it, yeah. Entangled entrapments, the pressures of being down. Transcendent traps and dead bodies have turned to clouds.
Depression's a trophy for Gen Z, and socials will kill you with envy, fabricating the line through the enemy. My state, it is altered and change has occurred. Intention is heavy on serving this world. My being has meaning, no love lost, I mean it. I'm good, believe me, that's true, I don't think. If I can't feel no love,
Now we back. Why this StreamYard be messing up? You can set a whole show. I swear to y'all, you can set a whole show on this thing, and StreamYard is gonna find a way to mess it up. Like I promise you. So, anyways, nonetheless, we back. We here. Y'all need to know about all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. Hey, y'all, we back. Welcome to Zeke Live in the morning, and I'm telling y'all, this is a great way to start your day. And so here we are. Yeah, on a great way to start your day. I gotta ask y'all this question. Are you subscribed on YouTube? Follow us over here on YouTube. It's Zeke Lock. I'm telling you, that's a great way to listen to the show. That's a great way to get involved in the show. And Brony Cat gave us a challenge. Let's see if we can hit 70 by the end of the week. But I'm making another challenge. We almost at that 70. I need 11 more people. Just 11 more subscribers. So, you know, yeah. We'll hit 70, and that'll be the challenge. But I made another challenge. I said at 100 subscribers, once we hit 100 subscribers, I'm gonna do a pop-up concert. It's gonna be me. I might have a couple other people there. We're gonna do a pop-up concert. I'm gonna let y'all hear some of the stuff that I'm working on. Some of these tracks I'm playing actually are songs. Like this one right here, this is actually a song. So, you know, it's just a track to it. So, you know, 100 subscribers and I'll let you come to a concert. I'll throw it. It'll be free. All you got to do is come out with some popcorn and some pop and just enjoy it. Maybe we shouldn't be eating pop. Popcorn is all right, but maybe we shouldn't have the pop. And maybe the reason we shouldn't have the pop is because we are doing a challenge right now. We got a challenge going on right now. And that other challenge, of course, there's the challenge for subscribers over on YouTube, and please also follow on Facebook and Instagram, you know, so you can be abreast of all the things that are going on with Zeke Live in the morning, as well as just me in general. You know, come hang out with me. You know, I'm trying to be a little bit better about social medias. That's why we don't hear. But the other challenge that we're taking part in, that many of us are doing right now, you've heard us talking about it with our girl Rhonda on the Rocks. Well, she's got the challenge Rhonda on the Run. And so I'm talking about this every day this month. And the reason I'm talking about it every day this month, because we're doing it with her. And so the challenge was to do something healthy, something physically healthy all through the month of April. So that challenge is going on April 1st to April 30th. And so those healthy choices is just making healthy choices. If you're going out for a run or for a walk, do that. If you want to, like, you know, cut back on the sugar, cut back on the bread and fried foods like I did once upon a time, do that. Cut the dairy out, cut back on the meat. I don't know, eat more vegetables. Do like me. My challenge is get more sleep. I failed that last night. I just went to bed at 5:30. I woke up at, like, I was on live with my church last night at 7:30. We're talking about the day of advocacy that's going on tomorrow. And then let's see, I ended up, I was doing something. I was working on something. Then I fell asleep. Then I woke up at like 11 o'clock. And I then went to bed at 5:30 in the morning. That's literally what happened. And I set my alarm for 6:30, and I got up, took a shower, and I got on the show. So, you know, I didn't do so well with my challenge, but maybe y'all are doing a little bit better than I am. But Rhonda on the Run as a challenge, like, I wanna encourage y'all to get involved with that. I've even seen some people, like my boy Will C was on here, and I told Rhonda this yesterday. My boy Will C was on here, and he said, he put in the comments that he put in the comments that the Rhonda on the Run challenge, it motivated him to get up and do some moving, do some walking, do some, getting back active. I think he said he did 3 miles the other day. So, hopefully he's still on that run, if you will. He's on that run still with Rhonda. So if you're getting involved in that, please do. It's Rhonda on the Run, hashtag Rhonda on the Run, and then follow her on Instagram at Rhonda on the Rocks. And make sure you tag her on that. And she's got some cool stuff that's going on. She's posting every day. I don't know how long she's doing the posting every day, but maybe she's posting every day until her friends go to Cabo, or just because so her friends can go to Cabo. Whatever it is, I want to be counted amongst the friends. So I'm going to push this. Like, yeah, she's posting every day. And I know like Fabletics and Planet Fitness and other places like that have been watching what she's doing and liking what's going on with that. So y'all get involved with that. And let's help our girl out. Let's help Rhonda on the Rocks out. Y'all see what she does every Tuesday and Friday when she comes on with us. But she also has her own show. And so you want to go follow that and, be a part of that. Become a rock star, just like you a lock star. And you can get involved with these different Rhonda on the Run challenges. So, matter of fact, look at this right here. She's posting every day until we go. Man, that's a challenge. That's a challenge. You know what, though? I can't act like that's too weird, because me getting on live every day was kind of the same thing for me. I was never getting online, and, this was kind of my way of doing it. So, there's that. Yeah. So there we go. Marcus wants to know, though, and maybe there's some other people who want to know the same thing. Does Running for Jesus count? Does Running for Jesus count on the Rhonda on the Run challenge? And Rhonda wanted to know from Red, are you tired yet? Like, if you're not tired yet, then you keep on running for Jesus. And then you tag that in the Rhonda on the Run challenge. Whatever you do, just make sure you tag hashtag Rhonda on the Run, and be sure to tag her page at Rhonda on the Rocks. It's an amazing challenge. It's a good challenge. It has kept me aware of the fact, like I said, that I'm not doing healthy stuff such as sleeping the appropriate amount of hours per night. So even last night, I did not sleep like I needed to, and that kept me, you made me aware of it. So, I'm trying to be better. Look, Veronica said she just gonna stand still. Listen, some people been running long, doing the most. For some folks, standing still, man, I swear that's the move. For some people, just being able to stand up. And listen, for people who have dealt with problems with their legs or with their motor systems or with their neuro systems, for people in that situation, excuse me, sometimes just standing up is a big deal. So, so we celebrate over here everything that everyone done. For somebody, they may walk 3 miles. For somebody else, they may just stand. For somebody else, it may just be getting some sleep. For somebody else, it may be getting a little bit of, for somebody else, maybe getting a little bit of healthier meal choices going on for them. Whatever the case is, please, pretty please, be part of that challenge, that Rhonda on the Run challenge, because like I said, it's a good challenge to be a part of, and we want to definitely not only support her in that, but we want to support ourselves. Let's put that banner up there just one more time, Rhonda on the Run, so you know what we're talking about. That's April 1st through April 30th, and the ultimate goal, I would imagine, and maybe this isn't Rhonda's ultimate goal, but this is, I'm gonna just add to it a little bit. The ultimate goal is to go beyond April 30th, you know what I'm saying? The ultimate goal is to be able to be beyond that. So that's the vibe. That's what we're looking for. That's what we want. That's what we're going with. Cool. All right, y'all. Rhonda on the Run. Man, listen here. I got some stuff right here. I got some stuff that I want to share with y'all. I got some hot takes. So we were talking earlier, just a little bit earlier, about what we were talking about? Student loans. Yeah. About the student loans and, having these students that's coming out of college and they're not finding good paying jobs, jobs that pay good. Jeremy Sanders said, I said it the right way the first time when I said pays good. I told you I went to public school until I was homeschooled, and so I did. Let's see, I did kindergarten in private school, 1st grade through 9th grade. I did public school. The remainder of my career, I did private school. I'm sorry, not private school, homeschool, and then I went to public community college. And then I went to a study abroad, and then I went to a private university, and then I went to a public university. Like, so I've been all over the spectrum educationally. So, you know, you think I have better grammar, but I still say pays good. So, so there's that. You know, yeah. So there's that. There's that part right there. So, but you know, so we were talking about jobs that pay good, and sorry, I had to type something in there. Yeah, we talk about jobs that pay good and pay well, but pay good. And a lot of a lot of students that are coming in and out of college, they don't got enough jobs that pay good. They coming out, they still got hit with these big, massive student loans and all that. And so, you know, I got this one thing I need y'all to see real quick. But before I do that, you know, because and the reason I want to bring it up, we were talking about jobs that pay good and all that, no money. Somebody is really sticking it to the little guy. One of these big corporations is sticking it to the little man. But before I do that, let me bring Eric here. Eric came in with us for a minute. He gonna come on for these hot takes. And so let me bring him. Let's add Eric to the stage real quick here. Let's see how he's doing. Eric Rideout, everybody. E, what's up, man? Uh-oh. All we got is the sexy picture of E. He just... All right, we'll get him back on. He just texted me from the thing and said he was ready to come on, but we'll get him back up to the stage. Oh, we lost him. That's what happened. We lost him. All right, no worries. We'll get him back on. He'll log back in. Y'all know he's out of town and he's moving around with his bad reception. So one of these corporations is sticking it to the little guy, and we got to talk about it. We got to talk about this. Y'all, let me show y'all something real quick. Look what these corporations are doing. Hold on a second, real quick. How many of y'all are flying airlines, right? Oh, here he is, Eric Rideout. Hold on, let's get him back to the stage real quick. Let's get him back up here. Y'all know he got that bad reception.
You know what it is? I found out you can't use a public, like the Wi-Fi I'm on.
Oh.
It said it was a privacy block. I got kicked out.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
I had to see the hot takes though before Sean Bree calls in. I gotta see it. I gotta see which ones you're sharing today.
Oh yeah. We doing some hot takes. Y'all do me a favor real quick. Pass Eric some love real quick. Man, how's Detroit? Is it cold up there?
Hate it. But I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back home tomorrow, and all next week I'll be on the show. So I'll be on live tomorrow from the crib. So
Got you. Nice.
I'll be back. Man, though it sucks. You know, I love Detroit because I used to come here all the time back in the day. And back when Fred had face to face, we used to get out here. Man, it's cold as a mug out here.
It's cold in the D.
Bro, cold is official, like a ref with a whistle out here. It's crazy.
It's so cold in the D. Remember that song, It's Cold in the D? That was so horrible. It was so horrible.
It was
Eric,
my mother say, hey,
she just said to tell you, hey, Eric. She's telling you, hey. So, you know.
Some older lady came through. I was about to say, that's what she said, but I stopped because she was standing in front of me. Mother Gertrude.
Oh, well, you know, Mother Gertrude be if you let Mother Gertrude still got needs. You got yeah. Okay.
And this is thick, right?
Ah, come on, good vibes only. Yeah, come on, good vibe tribe. Yeah.
That's what we had today.
Nice.
What you got for the hot take? I got
man. Check this out. All right.
A new customer, a new client, a trainee. He was talking to, hey man, be quiet. I gotta go. I had to see
it. Crazy. All right, here, Bells. Bet. All right, I got three of them. Today. The first one. All right. So the first one, you know how we be flying and stuff like that, you know, and right. So there's one airline, you know, that you know, y'all know it's our airline that we fly. It's our airline, right? Oh. It's our airline. So Hold on a second. Wait. I'm about to pull the wrong thing up. Hold on. Wait. Yeah. So Southwest Airlines. You've heard this about Southwest, right? They've canceled now free baggage. Like they're no longer doing free baggage. Check this out right here. This was hilarious the way this dude put this up for me. Here you go.
Southwest Airlines discontinued their bags fly free policy. But did you know their customers are about to discontinue flying with Southwest Airlines because this is backwards. Y'all ain't Southwest, y'all West South. You might as well remove the S, H, and T because once y'all start taking away, we out.
Dude, Southwest, like I'm genuinely like upset about that. I don't like Southwest that much. Well, yeah, I would only do them when I needed bags.
I did American more. I do more American and United because of Fred. That's where we go.
Yeah, true.
But Delta, I do Delta here and there. But I mess with Southwest, like you said, for the free bags.
Yeah, it's about the free bags. But now they done messed around and took that away from everybody.
We might as well all go to Frontier there.
Yeah, listen, might as well. My cousin made a post on Facebook. She said, Southwest Airlines, you messed the city up with this one. So I'm wondering now, how many people finna stop flying Southwest? Like, because honestly, to me, like, I would rather fly on United. I would rather fly on American. I would rather fly on those.
On the floor.
But, Southwest is only for, the bags, if you ask me. Like, I don't like that, the way they herd us into I don't like the way they herd us into, y'all see Eric still working. But y'all, I don't like the way that Southwest herds us. They make us get in a line. Like, I like to get on the plane last. I'm tall. Like, I don't like sitting in a flight on a plane longer than I need to. And I be taking long flights, man. I try to be the last person on the airplane. And you can't do that with Southwest. You got to get on right on time. Otherwise, you're going to have a worse seat. So I got to pay extra to get on early so I can sit on the flight longer than I want to, man. But the only thing that will make me do that is when I need to carry a bag and I don't want to pay for the bag. Now they done made us pay for the bags, so I don't know if I'm gonna be doing Southwest that much.
I won't be, and I got a bunch of flights coming up.
Yeah,
I'm already paid for them, but if I had to pay for it, I'm not doing it.
No. Southwest is. I think they. I don't know. This ain't prophetic, but I think they'll be implementing that policy right back real soon. Like,
another Spirit Airlines.
Right, Midway about to be buried in the mug, boy. Like, cause everybody finna be on Frontier and Spirit and all of them. Like,
why not? If Southwest is taking away the free bags,
the one perk they had.
Right, you might as well fly Spirit. If Southwest taking away the free bags, you might as well fly.
Rhonda says she's still gonna fly Southwest. She says she loves Southwest, except for Cabo, because they don't have first class. Hey, and Marcus said facts. Yeah, like I can't believe they done did this. I can't believe it. But I guess business is business. So, at the same token, I couldn't believe when American and United and all them started charging for bags way back after 9/11, which seems like ancient history at this point. So there's that. Yeah. So we got to deal with freaking Southwest making us pay for bags. I'm curious to know, y'all. I'm honestly curious to know this. How many of y'all are going to stop flying Southwest as a result of this? Like, how many of y'all going to stop flying as a result of this? I ain't judging. I'm just wondering. Just wondering, because I don't fly them often, but God dog it, I might.
Yeah, I won't be flying them anymore.
I might not be as frequent of a flyer with them, Hey,
that message, that just, you know what? They lost money, especially with all of us that do those tours.
Heck
They
yeah.
don't miss money because touring musicians, you got to take all those bags on the thing.
Heck yeah. You need some free stuff. All right, I got another one for you. You actually sent these two. I got two more. The first one is this one. This is the first one I'm going to play. It's a ABC News article, and maybe y'all have heard about this. It's been a hot topic in the news lately. Let's see here.
13,000 years after the last dire wolf walked the earth, scientists say they've now brought them back. Here's our chief national correspondent back up and with the video tonight.
Tonight, a howl 13,000 years in the making. In a first for science, biotech company Colossal Biosciences says it brought the extinct direwolf back to life, a species that hasn't walked the earth since the Stone Age.
The direwolf is the first de-extinct species.
Well known from HBO's hit show Game of Thrones, ABC News given exclusive access into Colossal's lab in Dallas, where scientists are using genes from gray wolves to create dire wolves.
We've taken a gray wolf genome, a gray wolf cell, which is already genetically 99.5% identical to dire wolves, and we've edited those cells at multiple places in its DNA sequence to contain the dire wolf version of the DNA. That animal looks like a dire wolf, it will behave like a dire wolf, and it is a dire wolf.
Now, 7 months old, dire wolves Romulus and Remus eating well and getting bigger every day.
And David, the company tells us they're not stopping there. They plan to have woolly mammoths roaming the earth again by 2028. But critics argue that this de-extinction could harm fragile ecosystems. David?
Yeah, the images are really something, Matt. Thank you.
But like, why?
Hold on, Zeke. I'm gonna make a comment. Hold on a minute.
All right, yeah.
I gotta wait till the room is clear to say what I'm finna say.
Oh Lord, here we go. So this is why I'm trying to figure out why they want to bring it back. I think it's cool and all, you know. I think it's cool they can recreate stuff, you know. They can bring stuff back to life. But literally, Jurassic Park. I mean, didn't it teach us? And I know that's what everybody's saying. Like Jurassic Park literally gave us like 32 movies. I don't know how many Jurassic Parks.
This is my question with this. You see who's doing it, right? We see who's doing it. Why are they so inquisitive about stuff that has nothing to do with us? That's not our business. They gonna end up. What they gonna do is end up because you saw the woolly mammoth is next.
That's crazy. The woolly. That's what I'm scared of. Yeah.
And you missed one. I'm gonna show you the clip. They already got the T-Rex.
Yeah,
it's already an incubation stage. They got the T-Rex and the little raptor-looking, little weird-looking things. They got one of them already.
Oh yeah, the Velociraptors. Yeah.
It's already born.
Wow.
So they got it in the incubation setup.
Yeah.
Why do they do that, man? They go looking for stuff that has nothing to do with us.
Yeah. I guess for science, y'all know. That's why we got to advocate. We got to.
That's why we're already in a situation with some of that. You see what these AI robots say when they ask them, how do you feel about people? And they say, I'm willing to kill them all. They're like, oh, he's a glitch. No, they said what they meant.
Somebody programmed that. Right. Somebody done programmed that. They coming for us. I seen something recently. We had to get this up at some point where Elon Musk is apparently creating an army of Tesla robots. I guess Tesla is working on an army of robots right now.
Horses. And Tesla. And they got horses now.
But why? I thought we made cars.
It's robotic horses that are mixed with like a mountain lion kind of thing, and they can climb and people can ride them. But I'm gonna send you the clip. It's a Tesla looking horse.
I thought the whole point of having a car was so we could stop riding horses. Like,
right? They say this is for military reasons. Who y'all chasing with them?
I guess they're right down the streets.
There's about to be a map. They about to get the big house back up, and they chase us with that.
And they're not even this time though. White people gonna really struggle from it because they're not gonna hire them. They're gonna hire robots. All right, Eric. This is the second clip that you sent me right here. You sent this one. This ought to give y'all a good laugh right here.
This is my dude right here.
Speaking of dogs.
Whoa. Want it all, I won't leave a breadcrumb. What I thought I said something. G-Block, all we know is red rum. G-Block.
This dog is a-hole, bro. Look at what he's doing, though. Look. Like, They petty in the
He's
in the
a
caption.
jerk.
They said bro is not getting adopted. Like
First he take the other one's food. Then he eat out of everybody else's bowl, take a bite out of everybody else's bowl. Then
before everybody else gets it.
Yeah. Then he drink all the water he wants, and then he take his paws and drink the rest of the water out. So he's a jerk.
What? I thought dogs were supposed to be good people, man. I thought dogs were good.
You know what he is? If he was in our community, he's a nick. He one up. He's a nick. That's what that is. He's terrible. He has no respect for none of the other dogs. The way he took the person's food, but then he ate out all their bowls. They had drunk all the water he could, then slapped the rest of the water out on the ground, and they couldn't get none.
He's a straight up bully. Hold on, I'm play it one more time. I'll play that one more time. Hold on, I gotta see it one more time. Right. He barked at him and then took it.
Said some G-block. All we know is red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum. G-block.
Bro, that is. Crazy part is the other dogs just letting them pump him.
That's funny. That right there.
Said some G-block. All we know is red rum.
That's the crazy part.
Red rum, red rum.
That's the crazy part. The dog is like the other dog is just letting them like punk him. He just letting them punk him like
all of them up.
Yeah, like
this
literally.
This dude ate out of everybody's food. Dude, that had me in tears. So I'm like laughing at that. I was like, he's a jerk.
Dude, I swear, like.
And the sad part, and I'll be honest, Zeke, if I had a dog, I would take him.
Are you serious?
He would be a jerk.
Dog.
Me and him both would be jerks together doing stuff to people.
That dog ain't finna listen to nothing. I hear those are already hard-headed dogs anyways. Akitas.
They talk a lot too.
Yeah, they talk a lot. They cry a lot, very vocal, and very hard-headed.
Yeah, they stubborn. But the way he slapped all our water on the ground, that was hilarious.
Hold on, where that water at? Let me see if we go to that part with the water.
And the fact that he stuck his head through it, took his time to reach over there and take that other dude's bowl. Then he dumped it and put the bowl back.
Yeah.
That's a
jerk. That's a jerk move, man. Look at that. A jerk.
That's funny.
That's the jerk move right there.
Bite
But
out
this
everybody's food.
This is a straight up a-hole move right here for no reason. That's the real a-hole move right there. So there you have it, folks. Dogs can be bigger a-holes than we are sometimes. There you have it. Those are your hot takes for the day.
He made my day. I couldn't even go to sleep that night laughing at the dog. I laughed at that fool for about an hour. Because I said, this is the rudest animal I've ever seen. That part, he took a bite out of everybody's food, just a mouthful for no reason.
It was the water bowl for me that did it, bro. It was the water bowl where he just like splashed all the water and turned around and walked away. That's the one. He just drank his fill and it was like, "Now I'm done. Y'all can have none." That guy just got me. Hold on, I got one more for you, E. Just for since you're up there working, you might need to make sure that the people know that that it's okay to love others. So even though we talked about dogs and the dire wolves that are coming and the dogs that are hard-headed, I want everyone to know that you can support an animal.
Oh, no.
I'm Sarah McLaughlin. Will you be an angel for a helpless animal? Every day, innocent animals are abused, beaten, and neglected, and they're crying out for help.
This is still hilarious to me, bro.
Please call the number on your screen with
Look at the audience
right now. For just $18 a month, only 60 cents a day. You'll help rescue animals from their abusers and provide medical care, food, shelter, and love.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, I came back across that video from a couple weeks ago. I said, since we talk about animals, you can adopt an animal, but you probably don't want to adopt that Akita. You probably don't want that one because he's an a-hole.
Them singing that song was one of the funniest things I saw this year. And then he read the whole thing.
Who whose idea was that? Like, whose idea was that? You know what I mean? So like,
that was funny to me. See,
that's something I would do. Yeah, that's something I would do. I'd do it on a cruise ship. Like, everybody having a good time. I would choose that song.
Everybody's trip.
Just ruin everybody's trip. Like, and then I would take a bow when I'm done. I would just.
And then, wait, tell them I'll be here all week.
I'm here all week, folks. Catch me tomorrow night, same spot.
Oh wait, or go to like Rodney's comedy show. Routine.
That's right. I gotta find that clip, man. I gotta find that Ronald McDonald with the crazy dad joke situation.
Ronald McDonald on the bus clip. That thing have you here. It's a guy dressed as Ronald McDonald. He gets on a public bus with a microphone and tell the worst jokes that you have ever heard in your life.
And they're all like McDonald's jokes. That's the crazy part. They're all really bad McDonald's jokes. Like,
that's just funny. Oh, look, everybody.
Roddy said dogs are like their owners. Oh, she said you gonna get that a-hole dog. You get.
It'll be just like me. My last dog was one. The dog I had, he was just like me. He sat, he tore up, he knocked stuff down. I told him to do stuff he shouldn't have did. He did it. My ex-wife hated that dog.
I used to have a dog named Dexter. He was a black Labrador, and he was so active. Like, he was chill, but when other people would come around, he would like get real active, especially when my wife, she was my girlfriend then. When she would come around, like, I remember one time I was in the shower, right? So my dog knew not to mess with me. Like, I ain't play that. I tear that dog up. But at the same time, I spoiled that dog so bad. Like, but I was in the shower one time, and all I hear was, "No, Dexter, stop, Dexter." Like, so I step outside, like, I come outside, and of course she like doing like this, like out in the living room. I'm in the shower, and the dog is just like messing. And I said, he just sat out and looked like he saw me come. He just sat down like he was being good. She was like, "I can't believe he just did that. Like, I can't believe he's heard me coming. He sat down, act like nothing was going on." So I went back to the bathroom, got back in the shower, and then he started up again. "Dexter, stop!" And I was like, "Dexter." He came around the corner, looked in the shower, peeked in to see if I was still in there, and then I heard him run back out there and start messing with her. She was like, "Stop this!" And I told her, I was like, "You better knock that dog." He was like an alpha dog. He was the alpha in his pack, like of the litter that he was born in.
For the alpha, and you were the right.
Yeah, and she was spoiling him when he was a puppy. She was spoiling him.
Yeah, you can't do that with him. You gotta. My dog was terrible. My ex-wife's dog. I remember we got married and I moved in the house. He was a mini Yorkie, and he charged at me, growling. I jumped down all fours and barked at him, and he screamed and ran. That dog was terrifying to me. But my dogs, both of them, when I was like, she was like, "Y'all get off that, stop doing." They be running wild. I just holler, "Sit down!" All you hear is they flying at the cages. But see, dogs, but the sad thing is dogs respect the alpha male and respect us more than we respect each other. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, they respect that energy. Like, it's a thing. That's what I was telling at the time, my girlfriend. That's what I was telling her. I was like, "Yo, like, you got to, like, this dog was the one that was like running the pack. Like, you got to give a different energy to him. You can't just be, no, he's just a good boy. No, it's okay if he bite on my finger and do it. You better get, as soon as he get big enough, he gonna tear you up. You better knock him in his." I'm not advocating beating up dogs. I'm just saying black people got different relationships with dogs. That's all I'm saying. You said what? You broke up a little bit.
Backhand heartbeat. Why? I ain't playing them dogs. I mean, I didn't have to often, but they knew who I was and what it was. I don't care how y'all can act a fool with the wife and the kids when I was married. When they was there, when I came in, I didn't play. Go to the cage.
Yeah.
They didn't bark. They wouldn't just go rumbling through stuff. They sat down and they would come sit. And both of them, when I say come here, they come and just sit down in front of me with their backs to me, and they sit down until I told them.
You got to do that. You got to do that.
This is my.
Right, you gotta. Sometimes you gotta walk around and just put your thing out and pee all over the house and just let that dog know. Like, Sometimes you just got to mine. Mine.
I'll be honest with you. I actually did that outside with my dog.
Are you kidding me?
My wife's dog, I didn't like him. My dog. He on the side of the banister, like of our apartment building.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is mine. So I literally did it.
Wow.
And he just stood there and watched, like, yeah, this is mine. Man.
That's insane. First off, that's
and I want toys, so he can play with it no more. This is my toy now. That was just petty. I
bully.
Hey, everybody. All y'all that's watching, please share this because we got the actor, the celebrity.
Yes.
He's from Law and Order. He's from a lot of independent movies. You all got to check him out. Sean Bree, the dude is coming. Chop it up. He's part of Hood Book along with the rest of us.
Yeah.
He'll be joining us at 9 along with Pastor. Actually, he's been promoted since yesterday, y'all. He just became a bishop at the church. Richard Home.
I thought you saw our Bree got promoted. I'm like, oh, what are you doing?
And then Shantae has been officially called. She's a mother now. Mother.
I do call it. I call her Mother Holmes. I do call her that every now and again. Mother Holmes.
and shout out to our jailbird, locked up, Benika Holyfield. Shout out to you. We miss you. When you come home, we're gonna have a big celebration for you. You know.
Yeah, if I get 100 subscribers, I'll throw you a getting out of jail party, Benika.
Hashtag free Benika. Everybody put that in the comments.
She gonna cut you out.
And we see Rita's out. So Rita, congrats on being out too. We missed you while you was down. You know.
Look, Rhonda said her dog just stopped getting whoopings. I used to tell, your dog's name's Power. Got you. Used to tear him up with that Nike flip flop. Listen, black folks got a different relationship with dogs, man. I'm telling you, we don't. My uncle, so my dad, y'all know my dad that was on last week. He was he's ex SWAT team and police officer, all that stuff like that. So he was SWAT team. So him and my uncle, my dad's best friend, they're like brothers. I was 13 if I realized they wasn't actually brothers. Like, so best friend like that. They were partners, brothers. So they used to work out together when they was younger. They tell me this story. My uncle is crazy, right? So I love him to death. Shout out to my Uncle Elbert. So they said they was running. So this is out in California. They running, and a German Shepherd, like in somebody's yard, some lady is whatever had a German Shepherd. Oh, thanks, baby. Look at that. I put my hand out and coffee comes. That's amazing. I got her trained well. That's
hey.
If y'all see a hand coming here and pop me, you know why.
So next time, just when she come in and say, yeah, where's the mop and the broom? Where's that?
You try to get me shot, nigga. You try to get me shot. No, the way you got to do it next time is...
Oh no! Next time she bring the coffee,
she gonna slap the slap out of me.
Wait. When she come back in with the coffee next time, she give it to you. Sip it like, what is this? And name something you drink, a whole different brand that y'all.
Right.
Say, but be gone with this. You and the coffee. Don't do that.
Let me finish the story real quick, and then I'm gonna go take a break because we got to get back with Sean Bree when he gets on. But so my dad. Black people, that relationship with dogs. My dad, my uncle, they're running. German Shepherd comes out. And the way the story goes, they were running. So, of course, they start taking off. The German Shepherd's running. He's loose. He gets out from the neighbor's yard. He's chasing. It's a big dog. Y'all know German Shepherds. And y'all know black folks, we already don't like German Shepherds as it is because that's what they suck on us. They suck on us. Is that a word? That you can't say suck on us. They sicked on us. Pause on suck on us. They sicked it on us in the 60s during the civil rights movement. So, we already so anyways, they running. So I told you my uncle, like, he's strong man. Both my dad is strong, my uncle's strong. They running. And so my dad says that my uncle decided to stop and be like, I'm sick of running from this dog. Because the dog was like chasing him like a few blocks. And he was like, I'm sick of it. He said he stopped, he turned around. The dog came up like right up to him and I guess maybe did a little jump or something. My uncle turned around and just My dad said he clocked him right in the face and knocked the dog out. That's like, my dad was like, that's what I knew. This nigga crazy. Like, I say he stopped, turned around, punched the mess out of a German Shepherd that was chasing him for all these blocks, and then they left it sitting there on the road. Like, I kept moving.
But dude, being chased by a dog ain't no joke. You ain't been chased. You ain't been chased by a Great Dane. Is nothing like it.
No, I ain't trying to be chased by no mini horse.
They chased this girl. Me and my cousin Paul went to this girl house, talking trash. Like, y'all get off my steps. And like, it was young. Like, man, chick, shut up. We ain't going nowhere. We go this aisle. You know, just playing with it. She's like, oh, okay, such and such. She did this, so we think, you know, okay, whatever. Man, this sounded like 30 men running up the steps.
Yep.
Her stairs were, her door was here, and the stairs, like, when you open up her door, it was a little space. You saw the stairs going down or up. All you heard was him come. Dude, we saw the top of this dog's head. I screamed. I ran. He chased us for blocks. He was gaining on us. I jumped in the back of a truck. I jumped in a flatbed, like in a truck. I don't know what John did. Every man for himself, bro. Newbury said he's getting on, but he's gonna be like 10 minutes behind. He said,
that's all good.
You know.
No, that's all good.
And I got to get out of here, but I'm gonna tune in to watch. But man, please share this, y'all.
Yeah.
Support live in the morning, sitting in my room without these bags under my eyes from being sleepy. You ever? When I think of getting home, I left work yesterday and went to my hotel and said, I'm gonna sit in this chair for a minute. And that was at 1:30. When I rolled over, it was 7:30 in midnight, 7:30 at night. Like, what in the world happened? I went to sleep. I thought I was still up.
Yeah.
But then after you do that and you try to go back to bed, you can't.
It's hard to do it. That's what happened to me last night. I fell asleep, took a little nap. I woke up at like 11:30, and then I didn't go back to bed till 5:30, 5:27 to be exact. And then I woke up at 6:30. So yeah.
Oh, and everybody, by the way, Zeke Locke'd show is gonna have a giveaway. Those of you that live in the Chicago, Indiana area or Milwaukee, we're gonna give them away in a couple of days. We'll announce a pair of tickets to go see for Mother's Day. Take your mother to see the Mother's Day show on behalf of Zeke Locke'd, and live in the morning. It's gonna be Fred Haven.
Wow.
Fred
Heaven.
Fred Hammond. Yeah. No, it's gonna be Fred Hammond. Marvin Sapp. It's gonna be Jacqueline Card, the choir master Donald Lawrence, and the legend himself, Marvin Winans, will be in the building. We're gonna give away a pair of tickets for somebody to take their mama. Now I said 2. You know, don't mistake it. You're not giving them to everybody. We're gonna come up with a way, Zeke, that we can get those tickets away, and they'll be waiting on you guys at wheel call.
Cool. I'll let you run that. Y'all know Eric know how to pull it together. He know how to make stuff happen. He done put it out there, y'all. So he got it. There you go. There you go. Now don't be mad if you show up to the Fred Hammond concert, because he told y'all it was Fred Heaven. He told y'all it was Fred Heaven. Yeah. So don't be expecting to see Fred Hammond, and don't be expecting to see Marvin Sapp. It's gonna be Marvin Syrup. It's gonna be
and then it's gonna be like nobody else.
Right, y'all not gonna get You said what?
And y'all gonna hear some good music. Like Fred took it back, like rehearsed yesterday. They doing Zeke, it's Pages of Life. He's doing 12, Draw Nigh, Just Be Close. He's doing all the old joints for this show. He's doing everything. He's doing Breathing.
I'm all for that. I'm all for all that. That's my favorite.
God,
yeah.
So, hey man, Zeke, about to take a break. It's been fun seeing y'all. I got to get back because my trainee came in here twice, and I don't know what that was gonna do, because that's gonna make me wait longer because you're rushing me. I will check in with y'all a little bit later.
All right, E, have a safe day, y'all. Let's do this. Let's take a music break. Then we're gonna come back. We can't talk today. What is happening? We can't talk today. We just Fred Heaven. Listen, if y'all go to the concert and you see Fred Heaven and Donald Larry and Jacqueline Automobile and Marvin Wino and Marvin Syrup, like they gonna be there. And you know, I'm just joking. But yeah, no, that's a good Mother's Day concert. With the Friend of Heaven. That has tickled me. Oh, Jesus. Next time I see him, I'm singing that Friend of Heaven, Friend of Life. All right, and shout out to all the Soror energy that's going on in here. Yeah, I see it. All right, y'all, let's do this. Let's take a music break. I'm going to play my song. I like this song just because I like it and I want to hear it. It's the 5 Stair Steps just because I like the 5 Stair Steps. And so I'm going to go ahead and play that. Will said y'all going to go to the concert. They're going to tell y'all to close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. Boy, that thing has tickled me. All right, y'all. Let's do this. Let's play the 5 Stair Steps because I like that song and I think we just sometimes got to hear it. And y'all know I got this one. I ripped it straight from YouTube. So don't mute me, YouTube. But this song blesses my life, blesses my soul. This is the 5 Stair Steps live at Soul Train. All right, y'all enjoy this. Get you some coffee. We coming back with the one and only pastor, bishop in the Lord's church, Rich Holmes. Y'all make sure to come on back. If you're not already, let me just go ahead and tell you, subscribe, follow, share this. We're coming back with Sean Breed in a moment as well. So please share. It's going to be great, interesting conversation. We're going to have a good old time. But for right now, let's go to the 5 Stair Steps with Ooh Ooh Child because it's one of my favorite songs. And when I find songs I like, I just play them all the time. So there we go. All right, here we go. 5 Stair Steps, Ooh Ooh Child. Give it up.
Big Bird family returns now with a promise of a better life for all. Let's welcome back the Stair Steps.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Someday, yeah, we'll put it together and we'll get it undone. Someday, when your head is much lighter. Someday, yeah, we'll walk in the rays of a beautiful sun. Someday, when the world is much brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna be easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna be easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Someday, put it together and we'll get it undone. Someday, someday, yeah, we'll walk in the rays of a beautiful sun. Someday, brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
I love that song, y'all. I swear I love that song, the 5 stair steps. Hey, y'all, I'm going to ask you again. Are you subscribed? Are you following? Make sure you're doing all of that. I got to give one more quick shout out to our, to our special sponsor who has sponsored us this month, all the expenses that it takes to go live, LAH Entertainment and Arts. Like I said, I've been talking about them. And Pastor Rich might have some info about some casting calls with them coming up, and we're going to have them on sometime during this month as well to talk about that as well. I told y'all this is definitely, it's Zeke Live in the morning. It's a great way to start your day, and the reason it's a great way to start your day because we try to bring you people that you can connect with, that you can network with, that you can do stuff with. It's it's a good vibe. But for the time being, though, we want to thank LAH Entertainment. But let's do this. Let's get the one and only Dr. Rich Holmes to the stage, but let's bring him up the right way right here. Let's get him up here. Dr. Pastor Rich Holmes, everybody.
Hey. What's happening, everybody?
Yo.
Right.
You got that. I got my Africa hat on, so I got to have Africa, Yeah, you got the African colors on. I see it. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got the, yeah. Right, I want to get to that.
Outer body experience, let it go.
Right, Africans, the African dances they be. That's how the praise dancers be doing. Sometimes they be, they just be.
Your glory,
Bruh, I like praise dancers. I like praise dancers. But have you ever been to a praise dance concert? Can't do it.
I haven't been to a concert.
I would not recommend.
Listen, I got about one good song in me, and I'll be right.
I got one. Why do praise dancers always choose the longest, slowest song too? They be the longest, slowest songs. And they just be like
expressive, man. Those songs be really expressive, and you gotta have some real expressions with that.
I feel like it's good when it's like a live set going on and you do the, it's just repetitive and you can do repetitive. But when you like did a choreographed number to a track, I feel like give me a little bit more than just. And then just go into a praise break and you lose the whole performance because you get your praise on that. It's like I want to sit here and watch you praise God to the slowest version of I give myself away. Like, I gotta listen to this long song and y'all doing the same move over and over again.
Man, it took me a while to really enjoy that and just really receive that. It took me a minute.
Oh,
and miming took me a minute to really get through the church, dog. I was like,
You got to be from the black church to understand miming because people who ain't from black church, they be like, what the is this?
You ain't lying, man. You ain't lying. And you said it all the time. I'd be like, hey, when they expressing their praise.
Yeah.
You don't say no words? Nope. Silent praise.
Like they not go, this some mimes dancing now? You got mimes up there doing crunk dances.
Crunk dances.
And I'm like, what are you doing? Mimes up there praising God. Doing all that, like, Jesus Christ. Like, I don't know if I should be scared, if I should lift my hands or God, the trauma.
You scared me.
We did go through that mime phase in the church, didn't we?
We did. I got some people still do it. God bless you. Those all the top mimes out there. Keep doing your thing.
People still doing it.
It just took me a while to understand it. But, hey, I'm with you.
The first ones I remember was K&K mime. They used to be on like Bobby Jones and all that. It was new. It was fresh. Yeah. And it was on there all the time. And then everybody's church had a mime ministry after that.
That's true.
No matter what special program you went to, somebody's mime was going to step out.
Absolutely. Did you go through a phase? Because we went through the phase of the stepping. Stepping.
Yeah, we went through that stepping phase. Yeah, I was on the step team up there. Like I'm in a...
Yes.
I am. Right. I love Jesus. What you going to read? The Bible. The Bible.
J-E-S-U-S. Jesus.
Woo!
die for my sins.
All right.
And I will with
We went through all of them phases in the church, man. We went through all.
Hey, we had to stay relevant, you know what I'm saying? We got to keep it going and fresh for the new people.
Yeah, yeah.
Folk, you know. And hey, keep it going.
I wonder how many. I wonder how many people in here did the miming or the stepping or the praise dancing or the. You know, and,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you know, because I'm not against not against praise dancers. I like it in a good context, like a praise dancer, a praise team, a dance team that's up there with the. You know, with the praise and worship going on, that's kind of just adding to the element. That's cool. But if I gotta sit through a concert of like 12 groups,
and especially when you do this, that's the wrong track. Can you play track number 10?
Oh my God!
You can't do it again. I missed my cue, and it's like, well, come on, baby, God bless you.
All right, and we all be yes, all right.
There's no different with the singer that's always hoarse before they sing.
Always, it's always that one. Y'all pray for me, cause I don't really have much voice. I'm just gonna let the Lord use me. Then they get up there and kill it. Be like,
I just had throat surgery last night. But God told me to make it today. I'm gonna make sure I fix my way. And then sing like the angel of the Lord, just my God.
Right, like I shouldn't even be here today. I died last night. But I heard Jesus say, Lazarus, come forth. So I made it on the church tonight.
What happened when they don't sound good either? That's the bad part, though. That goes, oh my God, ain't no oil, ain't no nothing, no oil, ain't no talent. It's just my God, baby, we're praying for you. Keep going, keep on keeping on.
Well, if they just gave me a whole speech,
you better watch it.
Well, if they just gave me a whole speech about being hoarse and all that, and they sound bad, I'm gonna yell up there and be like, "I think you're still hoarse. I think you're still struggling."
He hasn't healed you yet. Keep coming back. Try it again tomorrow. Let's try it next time.
I think you still got that.
I don't want you to spread it to everybody else. You might want to sit down. Like,
don't be singing all in my mic.
Right. Taking doing all that. Man, that don't make no sense. Saints, come on.
Man, church culture is definitely funny.
It is.
It is definitely it's its own. Camp on Stage did a whole tour about church, like growing up in church.
We can do the same thing we want to. It just takes a lot of time and effort, but that's so funny for him to do that, man.
Yeah,
it's real. And I shout out to Kevin on Stage though. And any comedian, I tried to do, and I'm not trying. I'm working on it. I'm working on my first 5-minute set. I had a chance to finally do my first 5-minute set. Shout out to what did I do with that? What the thing is. Worship Cafe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did do a comedy set. Yeah, I missed that one, but yeah.
It was great, man. A 5-minute set. And of course, if you can talk about church, you can have some funny moments. My God. You know what I'm saying? And so we made that happen. So I had my first 5-minute set. So shout out to Kevin on Stage, because I think it's a hard job to stand up there and make people laugh. Yeah. Especially black folk.
Yeah, there's a black church folk, because church folk, because it's so taboo. You got to walk on so many eggshells, so many eggshells to walk around, and you don't know who you're gonna offend in the room because you accidentally said the word nigga, even though they said it in their car last night.
Come on,
on the way here, matter of fact, and then you said on there, I can't believe he would say that in the Lord's house.
And you can't be that funny, or you ain't that holy, or you ain't that funny, you ain't that annoying. It's just so many things that can go with it. It's like, no, there's a time and place for all this, y'all. Laugh a little bit.
Yeah. Because that's what we grew up doing. That's what we grew up. Church kids, we grew up mimicking. I don't know about y'all, but in my church, the kids grew up mimicking the adults, like teasing them and, teasing them and mimicking what they did. Shout out to Rashad. What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad. What's up, man?
Hey. We used to mimic them. So it was this one lady. I can say that she done passed on. She was
glory.
No. She was one of my favorites. I love her. God bless Sister Cheeks. I love how I miss her.
Sister Cheeks, my
Sister
God.
Cheeks. God bless. She was a little short lady. Sister Cheeks was right. She was just a little fidget, boy. Just a little fidget. That's right. She was like feisty little self, and she sang on the praise team and all that. But she'd catch the spirit and she'd get the shake. She'd be. So we used to tease her. We used to. There was another dude Matter of fact, husband used to like he used to be laughing and he'd be like dying laughing. My dad would say a joke or something, he'd be dying laughing, and his feet be in the air. He'd be answering back. So of course we were teasing all of that stuff, man. Like that stuff is so cultural, like it's just. Yeah.
And all those stuff was funny growing up. It kept me wanting to go back to church, though. I really understood some of the things. Like, I had an usher. She was mean. No matter what was going to happen, she was going to be mean. Whether the spirit showed up, she had a mean face when he showed up. When Jesus showed up, she had a mean face when he showed up. It was just and I just learned that was her face. Did you know some people got what they call, well, I don't know what you call B face. And it's just an automatic face where
resting B face.
Resting B face. And I was just there and I didn't know it as a kid. He just had that face. But she'll give you gum, she'll give you food, but it was always mean, like, go with God. And that was it. Kept going. You ain't walking in here right now. Pastor praying. It's like, well, it's my dad. I can walk. I'll be all right. It was something else.
Yeah, that's how we learn. Anyways, guess what, y'all? We got Sean Breed here on today. We're gonna get him up on the stage in a minute here, y'all. Rich, how you doing though? Let me ask you that question before we get it going. How you doing?
Hey man, I am doing good. I'm rested, praise God, hallelujah. But just working hard, man. This whole movie and stuff together is real work, guys. Make sure all the things go well and everything's accounted for. So it's been fun though, but it's been a task. But y'all gonna enjoy this work when it come out for sure. I know y'all.
And I'm telling you, somebody that'll understand the conversation you having right now about what it is to be on a movie set and be on that stuff is Sean Breed. And of course, he's coming on in a moment here. So, I'm sure he can help answer some of your questions about like, what should I do in a movie? Because I'm going to tell y'all this. And then we going Ron to make sure to put it in there because we can't say it.
I knew somebody would help me out. I was looking for a lock star or rock star. Somebody.
Rhonda is our one. And of course, we got to give a shout out to Ms. Ursula Ellis. She's one of our lock stars that stay on there, that stays with us. We got to give her a shout out. And Tara Jones, who just came in, she was our special guest yesterday. And she did her thing, man. That conversation yesterday, we got to extend that conversation because Eric and Rhonda just... the two of them just
listen though, replay it or watch it, go back, check it out. There was some good things said in there, some great moments, and you'll see why we got to do a part 2.
Yeah, I actually listened back to that one. I don't listen back to all the stuff, but I listened back to that one yesterday while I was working, and
it's good moment. It's good.
It was good stuff. Hey, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna play one more music break because we're at the 9:15. I'm gonna play one more music break, and we're coming right back with the one and only Sean Miles, aka Sean Breed. Woo! I'm telling y'all right now, this is okay. I'm not gonna give all the stuff away because this is I'll do an introduction after this music break because he is one of my favorites. Yeah, Rashad, we're lock stars and rock stars around here. We're lock stars, and you are a default lock star. There you go.
You're in it.
So I'm gonna play a song, and then we're gonna come right back with my brother Sean Breed. Listen, I love this dude, man. Y'all gonna love him, man. I'm telling y'all. I've been excited for this interview right here.
Wow.
Woo! I'm excited. Okay, cool. Because we're gonna talk about some stuff, and then we're gonna keep it moving. All right, y'all. Let's do this. Let's take a music break real quick. Just because my wife brought me some coffee, I know she'll want to hear this. I'm gonna play my own song. How about that? I'm gonna play Green Light because my wife, that's her favorite song, and if I don't play it right now, I'm gonna have to hear it 6 times later today. So let's, because that's her favorite song. So we're gonna take this quick break, y'all. Grab you some coffee, grab you some tea, grab you some water, grab you a snack, and share, because we're coming back with our friend Sean Breed. You don't want to miss this. Yes. All right, y'all. Here it is. This is my own song, Green Light. Y'all enjoy it, and we'll be right back. Can I get a green light? I want everything you promised me, Lord. Sometimes seem like it's taking way too long trying to be side. Should I stay? Should I move on? Want to be right? So I'm moving out your green light. Say, can I get a green light? Yeah. How y'all doing, huh? Where you at, huh? Can I get a green light? Wait on the Lord, God, you take the matters word of what you say, huh? Yo, say. Can I get a green taking way too long.
Seems like it's taking way too long. Trying to decide.
Should I stay? Should I move on? So I don't move.
Can I get a green light?
How y'all doing, huh? Where y'all at, huh?
Can I get a green light?
And if you're waiting on the Lord, let you take a every word, what you say, huh?
Can I get a green light?
With the whole world jumping.
Can I get a green light?
When I'm feeling doing nothing.
Can I get a green light?
I said a one but till I hear you saying something. But I wonder.
Can I get a green light?
Yeah. But I'm moving to your life, place. But I'm moving to your life, place. So I'm moving to your green light. To your green light. To this village now. Altos, say. Come on, Altos. Flip it. Right here. Sopranos, don't say. Y'all ain't moving with us. Okay, I feel you. If you really into that thing, give it a sprint. Everybody, Soprano, sit. Everybody say it one time. And we're back. Y'all, we are back. And we are coming back with some very special guests. First off, let me bring Rich to the stage so I can introduce this right one. But before I do that, are you subscribed? Are you following? Are you doing the things? Go ahead and follow us and please share. You definitely want to share this one because this guest that's coming to the stage right now is amazing. Rich Holmes, I got to introduce this one. Oh, you come on, airplanes. Hey!
Let's go. I'm glad.
Listen, y'all, this man right here that's coming to the stage, he is let's see, what is he not? Let's see, he's an artist. He's a rapper, a little bit of singing on the side. He was even in Hood Book. He was dancing and all that too. He's an influencer. He's an actor of actors. Listen, I told you I was doing acting classes, and some of the stuff I was learning, Sean had already showed it to me when we was doing Hood Book. So I was like, yeah, I was a leg up in the game, man, because I did my acting classes. He'll be proud to know that. So y'all listen here. You definitely want to put some hearts in the comments, put some love in there as we bring to the stage my friend, my brother that I've had the chance to work with, Mr. the one and only Sean Breed.
Man, what an introduction. Brother Rich.
What's happening?
What's up, man?
What up, baby?
Dude, I ain't seen you since November. What's up?
Was that the last time we was working?
That's the last time we was working down in Dallas in November, shooting that stuff for Hood Book, shooting that last run. What was that, like our fourth run of Hood Book?
And then the time I was out there with Terrell. Wait, you was there too, right?
Yeah, I was there with Terrell too. So we had Chaz as Adam, we had Terrell as Adam, we had Damien as Adam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we had a lot of Adams, man, a lot of Adams and Eves.
Gotta get it right.
But,
man.
Good, man. I've been good. I think so. Last time since I seen you, I got married since then, so I'm no longer a single man. So there's that.
Welcome to prison.
Exactly.
Take something. I forgot who it was. It was an actor. It wasn't the first time I heard it. I've actually had this conversation before. They said, as far as our business, you know, in whatever kind of business, you know what I mean? But definitely our business. They said when you're married, it paints a different picture with people that may possibly want to work with you as a business partner.
Yeah.
They look at you differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember having this conversation a couple of years ago, and I didn't get it at first, but then it hit me. I said, that makes sense.
Mhm.
You can commit to a marriage and make sacrifices and do all of those things that come with being married. You would probably have a leg up in any facet of business, and people look at you different.
Yeah.
I would agree 100%. Like I was working in the bank and I worked in business at Chase Bank for several years. And we had guys who were single men. And I ain't never really seen a single man wanting to wear a wedding ring. And he was as single as can be, no woman at all. But he wore the wedding ring. He was a business banker. And he told me that same knowledge you just shared, because it's the perception of people. When they see me with this wedding ring, they think, hey, if he's going to take care of his family, take care of his wife, take care of responsibility, I can trust him with my money, my finances, and what I got going on in life. But yeah, I would. Yes, I've seen that for sure.
And obviously, there's exceptions to every rule.
Right.
Of course.
All that, and I want to do business with. That's not all women, you know. But you know, but for the most part, there's facts to it.
Yeah.
Man. So how's it been, dude? Like it's been since, like I said, since November, and of course before then it was like maybe a year since we had seen each other. Man, how you been? I know you working on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, man. By the grace of God, man, doing what I love to do. By the way, you know, Fred and I, Fred Hammond, we speak every day almost. You know, so I've been privy to see, you know, behind the curtain and see a lot of this film that we are part of, and phenomenal, bro.
Yeah. Dude, like I always tell people, like I said, man, when we were doing Hood Book, you know, and when we first got down there, matter of fact, I'm gonna take it back even further than that. So when we first came, you guys were first doing the photo shoot. I didn't even know Hood Book was a thing. I just texted Fred and was like, yo, I want to come down. You know, Eric was coming down a certain weekend. I was like, I'm gonna just come down when Eric comes. I was like, Fred, you gonna be in there? And he was like, yeah, come on through. So I came through, and it was like you and Chaz and Latisse and like Palmer, like everybody was there doing this thing for Hood Book. And I was like, what the heck is this? Like, I'm just coming to hang out. Y'all doing photo shoots and full makeup and body stuff, like, you know, like, so we went all the way back to that, and then Fred of course cast me into it. And so by the time we came back to the table reads and we're doing that first table read, you know, everybody else is just kind of reading on the page, and this man right here, Sean Breed, man, I'm telling y'all, he gets up and he like he's doing his role like in the table read, and like from that moment the entire show was elevated. Like everybody had to match that energy, because he just brought that kind of energy to it, where it was like, no, even at the table read, you got to give it your, you know, you got to give it your all. You know, I love that about you so much, you know.
Yeah, I was, you know, and what that came from is I said, and I just did this actually in, I'm in a couple of episodes of Raising Canaan Power.
Yeah.
It'll be coming up in a couple of weeks. And I don't know what it is. Maybe I didn't get the true definition of a table, but I'm in there. You got Wendell Pierce, you got all these actors and well known, and they're just like, I'm feeling that I'm doing it like I'm on set. You know, everybody just kind of like reading their, you know, their lines, like, and I was like, wait a minute, like I was embarrassed a little bit. I'm like, I'm the whole, you know, this and that, and I'm giving the looks and all of that, and they're like, so blah 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 blah, and I'm like, damn, I'm going too far. You know? So that's what that was when we were doing a read for Hood Book. I was like, I'm not gonna go there and everybody else be off book, and I'm the only one reading. You know what I mean? So that's just me taking my craft so serious, man. I just can't. I cannot tone it down. You know, There's a lot of people, I just finished a play called The Colored Museum. And it ran for a week, and we wrapped about a week ago. But a lot of times the director had to tell me, Sean, save your voice, save your voice, save your voice, because I put 110% in even rehearsals because.
Oh no, Bree, we lost you. I think he lost reception. All right. We'll give him a chance to get back in here. Yeah, listen, when he gets back in, we'll make sure he's there. But I want to at least, I want to acknowledge those till he gets back on. Yeah. Sometimes stuff. There he goes. We got him back.
I got a call, and I should have muted that. But yeah.
All good.
All good.
Yeah, no, that 110% energy that you bring to the situation is like for real. I think that like I said, it elevated me because I hadn't done any acting since like freaking high school, like freshman in high school. And then we get there, and of course now I got this scene I got to do, and the first scene I was doing, of course, was with you. So we were like doing some of the back and forth, some of the practicing. I think I got a clip of that somewhere. I'll load that up because I'm gonna show some of the people who you are. Yeah, I want to show the people some of who you are and what you do. But before I do that, just a couple people saying hey to you. I want to at least acknowledge them. They're saying hi to you. They're saying hey, Sean. They're saying hey. They're saying welcome. All of that good stuff. Yeah, man, dude. Yeah, like I said though, man, you'll be happy to hear this. I did some acting classes recently. So last week we did it was the last day, last Wednesday. Matter of fact, a week ago today was the last it was the last class that we had. We had to do like monologues, and we had to do some scenes. We had to do all of that kind of stuff, and it was not easy work. It was it was not easy work. It was hard work. But here's why I say that, because the reason I did it was because Sean was telling me. He said, y'all, if you wanna take your craft seriously, you got to do classes. Like if you're gonna be an actor, like even the most seasoned actors, they take classes. They constantly and consistently get on and they sign up for these classes and things. So I said, let me do the same thing, and I did it, and I went through that process. Oh, I think we lost Sean again. All right, but we did that process, and that was tough. Rich, you ever did an acting class?
I have. I did acting class. In fact, I don't know if you remember, I was in the play at Olivet Nazarene University. You don't know if you remember that. And I was in the play, and I had to play. Now, his one made me upset, got me a little controversial, but I pushed through it. I had to play the help. There was only 2 roles. They needed for black people, and I had to play the help. I was the cooker butler type dude. And then I had she had to kind of clean up the house. But it was something to learn experience. But I enjoyed it. It was theater on a different level than I had ever experienced it.
Yeah.
So we had to take a class like for a month before we even got into doing the actual role. So
are you serious?
I did. Yeah, like you had to really go for it.
Oh, there you go. We got it.
I'm back.
Yes,
the last part, Zeke, you said you did acting classes, right?
Yeah, so I did an acting class a week ago today. Was the wrap of those classes, and so I went through that whole process, did that whole thing. But the thing that made me do it was because I was just telling the audience. I said that's what last time we were down there. Maybe it was just this last time, or maybe it was the second to last time we were down there. Yeah. And you were saying that actors who take their craft seriously, they take the classes. They go to classes. No matter how seasoned you are, you still go to classes. And that's what the teacher, even in the class, was saying. So I was just hearing all those little things you were kind of telling me to help me just get through a scene. Like I'm listening to that in these classes, and I'm like, oh man, this dude Bree was right. Like,
yeah. And it's crazy, but one of my bucket list things to do was, I told my agent and my manager, I said I got to do Law and Order, which I was blessed to recently do. It aired already. But I did a guest star role on Law and Order, man. Thank you. And I did Law and Order background for years, and I remember saying to myself, 20 years ago, doing background, they always put me in the courtroom or this, and I would look at the leads and say, man, I should be up there. I should be doing that. I should be doing that. And what I didn't realize, and this really is a testament how God works, especially when you're led by God, you got to really be led. You can't, say, well, I give it all up to you, God, and lead me, direct me, but then try to direct yourself.
That part.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like
That's
a tug of war. So a lot of times I'm saying, direct me, and he would put me in these situations where I did background and did a lot of stuff like that. And I thought I would try to, kind of pull away and say, no, I should be where that person is, especially if it was a young Black actor, a male actor. I'm like, no, I should have that. I should have that spot. And what I realized later on in life is that I wasn't ready at that time. I thought I was. And then when you start taking classes and you start honing your skill, you're like, thank you, God, for not putting me in those spots. Because a lot of times we are put in position before we're ready. So now I trust the process and know that where I'm supposed to be is where I'm supposed to be. And at that time, and I don't rush it, because maybe I need to go through step 72, 73, and 74 before I get blessed with 75. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was one of the things. And just to piggyback off the acting classes, when I was on set, we were kind of talking with the main actors on Law and Order, and they were like, what school are you in? Acting school. I said, well, I'm in this school and I'm in this school, and like different schools or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I'm actually, I took classes with that, and I said to one of the actors, I said, wait, because he's a very well-known actor. I'm like, wait, you still take classes? He was like, bro, that don't stop. You never, which I knew, but it just, I was just caught off guard. Like,
oh no!
You got
Oh no!
Some truth right there.
Yeah, he definitely speaks the truth right there. Because that's like I said, that's the thing, like he was just getting into, man. The thing that folks don't realize is no matter how high you get, and I think, Rich, we've been talking about that a bit as well. No matter how high you get, no matter how far you go. There you go. He's back. He's back. I was stalling for you, Bree.
Put it on airplane mode right next time. Damn.
He's a busy man. That's the thing, y'all. He's a busy man.
Let me ask you this here, and I know you can hop back on into it, because I love what you're saying. I'm in that same mindset in that transition of really not trying to force or make things happen, but just let it flow. If you're following God's plan, it's all in the path. It's all going to be successful. Let me ask you this here. Are there moments, or is there a moment in your career where you did everything, you was prepared, everything you thought was right, but it just didn't go in your favor? I want to speak to, how did you overcome that? How did you get through that to even get ready for your next opportunity, or even to continue in the career path that you're on? How did you overcome like your most difficult moment?
The most difficult, before my heightened spirituality, I would obviously, like a lot of us do, we blame it on ourselves. We blame it on our skills. Maybe we didn't do enough, so I went through that whole period where it's like, which helped me in a way, because I have a competitive nature where not with other people, but with myself, to where I can be better. Maybe next time I need to hone my skills. I need to do this more. You know what I mean? So it helped me. But now, and you get more, and I put this in air quotes, losses, but they're not really losses. Now it's doing my best and putting my all, and know that I came up prepared, and I did every aspect of what I needed to do, and then I just let it go. I kind of keep busy on whatever is next, whether it's something that is something personal with me, reading a book, getting into another class or whatever. So I'm always like looking ahead. You know what I mean? So I don't dwell on too much on what was lost. You know what I mean? So I just Okay. Yep. That's this book that I got to get into. I've been meaning to read this, and the Meisner technique. I got to get back into that book or whatever. And before you know it, I kind of forget about what was lost, or so I train my mind. It's a train. It's a train technique where you're just kind of moving forward. You know what I mean? And because Rich, and I'm assuming that you're in this director.
Absolutely.
And
Entertainment business world.
Yeah. So it's trusting. I literally trust wholeheartedly that what is meant for me is meant for me, and I've experienced it so many times over. I took an intensive acting Labyrinth Theater, which was a theater group started by Philip Seymour Hoffman, Ron Jones, God bless him. He passed away a year ago. John Ortiz, greats in that, Philip Seymour Hoffman. And it's a very acclaimed theater group. And they do a summer intensive every year. So to be a part of that, you have to be nominated by somebody within that theater group. And then also after being nominated, you have to do a series of auditions. So I did those series of auditions and everything, and they said they loved me. Everything was great. We would love you to be a part of this. We think that we have someone to fill your spot right now, but we'll put you on hold. And lo and behold, the day of the intensive, the one of the directors called me and said, "Sean, can you make it in today, right now?" One of the person that was in before you and had your spot, they unfortunately got COVID. They're fine now, but this was a few years ago.
Yeah.
So I said, it's like literally, like what is meant for you can't. And I don't think, and somebody may say, oh, what, God gave that person COVID? I was thinking like that. I'm like, did God? Nah, God didn't give me COVID, so I could get that could have went way left. You know what I mean? It's like God killed them because I could get it. But it's just, I believe that everything is in accordance to my purpose and what needs to happen, and that needed to happen in full circle. That person is a member now of Labyrinth, and he did a play that I'm a part of. So it's like a 2-in-1. Like God made it so we got a 2-in-1. I got in the program and then was directed by him in the play, and it's like now we're all part of this program. So it's like, so I just trust the process, man.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. What you're speaking to, we speak about hood books so much. That's how I got into hood books. So I understand that. Like we were down there, like I said, that first trip we came down January. I guess that was 2023. My God, it was like January or February of 2023. We came down there, and there was no role for Pride. There was no role for any of that. And Fred looked at me. He was like, "I'm gonna write a role for Pride." Like he was like, "I'm gonna give you that role." And then like, okay, cool, bet. And then Rodney got it, and it was like, cool. Well, I mean, that's a big name. That's Rodney Perry. That's the great Rodney Perry. And of course, I love Rodney Perry. He's an amazing dude. But still, nonetheless, like Fred then goes and writes like a whole other role to put me in it, And it's just like, man. That's cool. And then even this last go round with the world famous Tony Williams playing Pride, that's somebody I've always wanted to meet. Like there he was right there. I'm like, oh my God. Like,
It's great. Speaking of Tony, we speak a lot now as well. We're actually going to be working together and pretty soon on a project that he has. But Tony's a wonderful guy. But again, Zeke is my what's the word? Like you're like the information giver for me. A lot of times I don't know a lot of what's going on in certain people, especially in the gospel world. And Zeke is like, yo, that's even with Tony, and Tony is not officially a part of that, world and that.
That's Kanye West world there.
But you're like, you don't know Tony? I was like, what? He's giving the information. I'm like,
That's
no.
it.
And and it's crazy. As soon as I walked on set, they were in the middle of doing the scene, Tony and someone else. And Fred immediately threw me in. I'm like, what up, what up? He's like, what's going on like that? He said, yeah, I'm trying to get him to go, Sean, do me a favor, go and direct him like that.
Yeah, you were the official director, like the actor's coach, like,
I'm like, how you doing? My name is Sean. Now, what you don't want to do, you don't want to, what's your objective? You're trying to,
right into mode.
Yeah. Man. And for those of y'all who don't know who the world famous Tony Williams is, that's his name. World famous Tony Williams. Look him up. Famous. He's an artist. Any Kanye West song you've heard, like every Kanye West album, Tony Williams is writing the hooks and all the stuff on that and singing them on there. I always tell people go back to that first album. Because I just remember Tony's voice from when he did that part, that some glad morning when his life. If you can remember that voice from the Kanye West album, that's Tony Williams. That's Kanye's cousin and writer and artist. And so, so Sean goes in there and has to tell the world famous Tony Williams, right, without knowing who he is, this is what you want to do.
This is what you want to do.
Matter of fact, I tell you what, here, let me do this. I'm going to pull this up. If I lose y'all, I'm putting y'all right back on. Okay. Oh, I didn't lose y'all. Praise the Lord. Okay, there we go. So I got to show the people who you are, Sean. Some of the stuff that you've done. This is why y'all need to follow him, because we're talking about his acting career and all that, but he's also a rapper. He's also a influencer, and the stuff that, listen, y'all, I'm telling y'all, if you've ever just needed a good word from somebody, let me play this clip. This is one of the more recent ones that he's posted. Just watch this brother, y'all. Just watch him.
Oh,
just comfortable when you speak about your accomplishments, just because it has nothing to do with them. If they're involved with your accomplishments, speak on. Talk about it. Speak about it, right? Because you're involved. They're involved. But if they're not involved, why should you suppress that? Why should you keep silent about your experiences in life? If you did this and you explored this and you've reached this height or you accomplished this, why should you hold that back? Why should you feel like, well, just because everybody else in the room didn't experience this, I'm gonna keep quiet about it? Why? If somebody needed their car fixed and you said, I can fix that right now. They'll let you go outside and fix that right then and there because it benefits them. It has something to do with them. They gain from that. A lot of times, if they're not involved with your accomplishments, they don't want nothing to do with it. They don't even want to hear it. And that's a selfish-minded person. I'm not talking about flaunting everything that you did in life and all your accomplishments and achievements to a listening ear. No, I ain't saying that. I'm saying if the opportunity presents itself, why you gotta hold back? Why you gotta keep quiet?
Listen, man. Listen, I'm telling you. So I was looking for a clip to just show, because you post these all the time. These clips where you're giving like these encouraging and these very uplifting words, these things. And I was looking for a clip. That was the first one I came across, and I was like, my God, this Negro is talking directly to me. Like what got you on that whole thing of doing you basically doing street sermons. I mean, you be spitting more knowledge than a lot of these pastors out here preaching every day, every Sunday. And I mean that wholeheartedly for real. What got you into doing that,
People know me on a personal level. They know that even before social media, this is me. This is, I love just the interaction with people and giving my 2 cents and building with people. We've had conversations at breakfast during Hood Book, and really just building. Someone come with a perspective, and then I say, yeah, but what do you think? What if the person, and then that person comes back, and we build in conversation. So this was something that I've always people know me for, like, oh yeah, let's get Sean's perspective on this.
Yeah. And it's always so good, though. It's always just such good stuff, so I want to encourage everybody that's on here, like even Miss Ursula Ellis, one of our lock stars. She said, Yeah, he has a lot of wisdom. I'm telling y'all, it's so much wisdom in this dude, man. You got to follow him on all of his platforms everywhere so you can get that kind of stuff. Because that is one of 1,000 clips that's out there. If you need a good word, y'all think this is a good way to start your day, I'm telling you, get Sean Breed on your algorithm because it will.
And that particular clip, not to cut you off, that particular clip, basically, not having a bragging spirit or whatever, but what happens a lot of times is you'll find out, especially in barbershop talk or whatever, and there's different issues. When you've lived life and you've been in different facets of life, the 9 to 5s, maybe music, maybe acting, maybe moving around the world like you have, Zeke, like you've been so many different places, you start finding out that you can input yourself in so many different facets of life, which on the outside can come across as a know-it-all or bragging. And it's like I've lived and I've lived different parts. I've been single, I've been married, been in the entertainment business, been on the radio, been on television, know a lot of actors, been on plays, been in a hospital, I've been in jail, I've got locked up 1,000,000 times in my knucklehead years, I've been in prison, I've been shot at, I've had. So when people start saying certain things about certain aspects of life, and you say, "Oh yeah, no, that's true," because I remember. And then they'll speak about something totally different, like, yo, because jail is like that. I'm like, yeah, jail. You don't want to blah, blah. And it's almost like, yo, like, please, like, could you just, but it's not that. And I don't think that, when you have an opportunity to not just give shallow inputs on conversation where you can actually, give meaning to it. I think that you should input yourself into any conversation or any situation that can help the situation, or just speak about it and not feel like you have to dim your shine. You know what I mean? Like,
Good, man.
Because of other people, because of their insecurities or whatever. So that's what that post was about.
No, and that's why it spoke to me. That's why it spoke to me. And then Rich, I'll throw it to you. But that's why it spoke to me, because I do that. Like I'm good for just sitting back in the cut, like honest to God, because I don't want to feel like what you said, like you a know-it-all, or like like you name dropping, or like you bragging. But at the end of the day, it's like, nah, bro, this is my story. How come I can't tell my story? My story makes you feel some kind of way, so I'm the one that's going to not tell my story. When I'm bottling all that stuff in, I'm depressed because I can't tell my story, So that spoke to me. Go ahead, Rich. I know you was finna.
No, I would just say it was speaking to what you talked about. I think it was maybe last week we talked about false humility.
Yeah.
And having that false humility, and why do we tend to do that? And we talked about from a church perspective was because it made us seem like we were holier, and that's why we kept that. We didn't want to share all of our thoughts. We were boasting too much about ourselves, and so I love the energy of what you're saying, because I'm big on that. That whole, you don't have to have that false sense of humility.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a medium, obviously. We know that you can go too far over the line, and you can come across as a boastful, bragging, that whole spirit or whatever, and that's a turn off as well. You know what I mean? But if you're gonna speak about a certain thing that relates to me and my life experience, hey, I'm in. Let's jump in. Let's
And I be confident in it. To be bold with
it. Like real talk. For real. All right, let me. Hold on, wait. Let's take that one off. Hold on, wait. Okay, I got another one. So we were doing Hood Book, that first run, that long run when it was hot and the nights were long, and we were there for 1,100 months, and we were we basically lived in Dallas for like a quarter of a year. Like one of my favorite moments was this one right here. This day right here. Hold on if I can find it. There it is. This day right here was one of my favorite days. I remember this day, and you were the catalyst behind this day. Let's see if you remember this day. on that Sunday. There you are right there. Yeah. This was on that Sunday. We went to Reed's Church together, and I think it was like the one off day we all had. And you were like, I think I want to go to church. And it was like, I bet, let's go. And we made like a whole family day out of it. Like the whole cast went to church at Antioch, and then we all went to, I think we went to like Pappadeaux or something like that for dinner. And it was just a great day. And then like later on that night, we went to the movie, I think. Did you go to the movies with us? I know it was BBJ and Chaz and Rodney and me. I know the four of us were there. Were you there with us on that? But it was just like a whole family day. And you were like the catalyst behind that because everybody else was going to chill. And you said you wanted to go to church, and we decided to go to church. Man, that was, I still hold that day to my heart because it was a fun day. It was just a good day of the cast, you know?
It took I already knew and felt like we were a family, and that took it to a whole different level, you know, for people that are just chiming in and wondering what the big deal about, like, you know, going to church and you know what I mean? Not that it's not a big deal, but it was, because I've never really had that experience. Of a couple of times maybe going to a funeral that was in a church. So I really didn't have that experience. And it was an early morning.
Yeah.
We worked probably 14 hours the day before rehearsing for. And when they sent the cars to pick us up, the trucks to pick us up, and I came downstairs expecting to see maybe me and I don't know, maybe BBJ or whatever. I kind of knew Zeke would be there. You support everything, especially, you know, when it came to that. And, you know, and everybody just what came out. They showed up and was like, yo, we want to be here for this experience that you're having for the first time. It was emotional for me, bro. Like, really, I have an addition to my family. Like, I got my biological brothers and sisters, but I said, this is something different. Yeah. This is just to see everybody out dressed. And I was like, yo, this is so dope. It was, and you're right. That day, yo, I love that. And it really was special.
It resonates in my head. You said something there. You said it was your first time like really having that church experience. And I think that's the thing that everybody really wanted to just, like you said, be a part of. It was like, yo, you never been to church like that? All right, bet, let's go. And we got up early that morning on our off day and we said, let's go to church, man. We came down, we got suited and booted, and we went to church. And I remember we were just sitting there, you were like, so what they doing right there? Like, what's that? Like, what's that about? We were just like going back and forth. It was a good time, man. That sealed it for me.
And here's a word that you taught me for the first time, and till this day, I tried to use it. I remember I was speaking to one of my brothers, and you know, someone kept saying, no, you kept saying, you were telling a story, and you kept saying PK, and I was like, what's PK? Like that, you said that's a preacher's kid?
Yeah, pastor's kid. Yeah.
Pastor's kid.
So it's two versions. You got pastor's kid and preacher's kid. They're two different breeds, you know. But yeah.
Somebody else was talking. I don't know if it was on television, and he said it was a group of us, and the person said PK, and I was like, that's pastor's kid. Everybody, just in case y'all didn't know, you know, that's PK is pastor's kid. You know.
Yes.
I was proud. Yeah, that's just I didn't know. You know, I'm down with the whole lingo church. You know,
stand up, PK, stand up.
I know.
Dude, no, I was coming across some stuff and I was pulling. I got like a ton of other clips here as I pulled up, but I know we're running short on time and the conversation is so amazing. But I had to play that one because, like I said, that was the day where I think we had already had like such a close knit. Everybody in the cast had such a close knit when it came to that. But that one day, it was just like that off day, and everybody chose to be together. Like we chose to be together that day. That was different, you know.
What about Jamaica, man? Let's not leave out Tom join a select cruise in Jamaica. Oh, we all went Jamaica and performed this on a cruise ship.
Man.
That was something else, man.
That was
man. That was serious.
Listen,
and once again, Zeke, the information giver, he's so giving with his knowledge and his wisdom and understanding about certain things that people don't know. And he was always like in my ear.
Yeah.
Right. And remember, because Fred, let's just give a quick backstory as to how me and Fred, a lot of my videos were fortunate enough to I guess you could say go viral because there's celebrities that picked it up and reposted it. So I think this one time what's the singer? She went out she played in the Wiz, the black version. The lead.
Oh shoot! I was about to say her name. Stephanie Mills. There we go. I was about to say it. So I
put up one of my videos. Someone else put it up before. Stephanie Mills reposted it. Then El DeBarge, and these are people that Fred follow, and they follow Fred. And so Fred contacted and said, "Hey, bro," he jumped in my DM and he's like, "Do you act?" I said, yeah. He said, because I got something going on and I'm writing something or whatever. But I'm not from that world. So I don't know. I know he had a blue check. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I did my research, obviously, and it's like Stella Award winning, Grammy Award winning. I said, okay, this guy he's somebody in this business or whatever, And then he and I started talking. That project that he initially tried to get me on didn't materialize. And then he said, stay next to your phone. I'm gonna be calling you about something else I'm involved in. I'm like, yeah, Hollywood. That's how. Again, to what Rich was saying, as far as just kind of like pushing things aside. I'm like, if it's meant to be, if it's meant for me, and according to my purpose, it'll materialize, and it did. But I didn't really know of his history in music and gospel music until really, I guess, when we went outside, meaning when we got out of rehearsal and we went outside, like namely the in Jamaica, or when you got 3,000 people or how many people on that boat, and the people coming up to Fred and celebrities and Drew Hill and all these people, and they're like, Mr. Hammond, I'm here to meet Mr. And Zeke is like, basically like, told you. I told you he's him.
Because that was crazy. We was on the deck. You remember this? We were on the deck, and Fred, we was all just kind of hanging around each other, like we was all just kind of together. And Tom Joyner was down there. Like, remember, Tom was right next to where we were in his wheelchair, and then Fred is like sitting right behind him. And there's like a whole crowd. Of course, everybody's trying to get to Tom, but there's a bigger crowd trying to get to Fred. Wow. And we just trying to all hang out. We just trying to enjoy. We got a day on the cruise to have some drinks, have some fun, enjoy the sun. We're hanging out with Fred. He decided to come outside, so we outside with him. And there's like a line around the deck, all just trying to get to Fred. Yeah. And I'm trying to move out the way because I'm like, I've been down this road before. I'm going somewhere else. Yeah, you're right, Sean. I'm like I told you it's that nigga boy. Fred is that dude, man.
He told me.
But you just spoke to something though. I think a lot of us who grew up in church and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we grew up in church, and so we just grew up knowing who Fred was and all that. And a lot of times I think we take it for granted that every black person didn't grow up in church. Every black person don't know who a Fred Hammond is or whatever else like that. So it was really cool to be in that experience with someone who's like fresh, man, just like fresh in it, and bringing like you specifically, bringing in this other perspective that really challenged us who grew up in the church world. Because that's how I took it. It challenged us because like you would pose questions or bring up conversations, and folks would have to, they'd have to stand on what they either believe or why they believe it. Because you just asking, you're not trying to challenge nobody. You just, what is that? Like, what does that mean? Why is that? So. That was something that I always take that with me,
Yeah. and it's and it's refreshing to meet people like Fred. He's just so giving and so like it didn't match. As far as the more that I learned about him and his experiences and the things that he's done, like it just didn't match his humility. It just, I was like this. I mean, I was at a show maybe after our last run in Texas filming Hood Book. I think it was after, and I brought my wife to the show, and we're all sitting in. It's packed, and it's and Fred is headlining, and when he starts talking to the audience, and he's like, "Is my man Sean Breed in the building? Sean, you here?" And I'm like, "What is he doing right now?" And Keith, and it's him and Marcus on the thing. My wife is looking at me. I'm like, I mean, do I stand up? Like what? Like this is a
wave.
And I'm like, so I stood up and I'm like, he's like, yo, this brother right here, and he just gave me my flowers, man. And it was just like, oh my God, that I wanted to say thank you, Fred, because now after, when I try to get backstage, it's gonna be an issue. And it put me on blast. Everybody came up to me, "Oh, so you act and you this and you that," you know what I mean? But humility, man. We don't have to be doing a project, you know what I mean? I genuinely have love for him, like I do everyone, man, in the cast and production, all the dancers, everybody. I got a genuine love, man. It's my extended family.
Man, absolutely. I'll tell you what, Eric just chimed in. He's out of town. So he said he was going to try to get on here so he could say what's up to you. So I'm going to put him on the stage real quick. Eric right out on the stage. There he is, everybody.
What's up, Breed? Hey, I love this dude. Breed is my guy.
Yeah. He's a real one.
Breed, you're a genuinely good dude, man. And that Sunday we went to church, I was knocked out. And even Fred was trying to surprise you and come. We just couldn't put it together because he just can't walk into church like anybody else. It's a whole ruckus.
Yeah, that would have been a whole
But to support you, man, that meant the world. And for you to look and smile and see all of us coming. And I remember you had that emotional moment. And well, we sat there, and then Chaz decided to jump up and shout all through the church. But
Chaz said,
yeah.
Hey, and then when Rodney went to sleep, remember Rodney wake up holiday man and all this kind of stuff.
Rodney was knocked out. We was like some little kids in church that were teasing each other, laughing. I mean, it was a good time.
But you know what? It meant the world. That meant the world to me because it meant the world to you.
Wow.
Just like your birthday time when we celebrate your birthday with you.
We did do that. Yeah.
Your birthday. And the thing about you, man, is that Breed, you're just a genuinely good dude, man. Fred was talking about you the other night. We was talking. He was like, man, Breed. Matter of fact, Zeke, Fred, I sent him the link. He checked in for a minute.
Hey,
Breed. You've been. And the funniest story before we go, because I know we gotta go. Something Breed said, Zeke, and I know you gonna remember this. When he said, man, this one guy sent me a friend request. I'm like, okay, I'll get back to you when I can. I'm booked. It was John P. remember?
Yeah. Bro, I'm maxed out on my followers, but definitely as soon as I get an opportunity, I'll follow you guys.
That was hilarious.
I remember you saying that. Yes.
I didn't even know. Remember we went to the buffet? Chinese buffet. I told us, he's like, yo,
yeah.
And that's the beauty of really getting to see people before their image gets in the way. That's beautiful, man, when you can really see somebody for who they are and before the accolades.
Wow. Something else, and then I'm gonna go because I gotta go back in. Something you said, and it stuck with me. And it meant a lot that you said when we all hung out at the warehouse. You was like, all of you.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh.
I got it. This.
All of you.
I know, right? Uh-oh.
Get him back.
Lazarus, come forth. What? He probably just a talking away.
Yeah, don't even know what's going on.
Don't even know he frozen. There you go. I wanted to hear this too. But I know we got to move.
I wanted to ask Rich. That is your. I'm sorry if I.
It's
that
Rich.
is your name.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
So you might not remember. You might not remember meeting Rich, but he came down with us on that first time. So this has been a long time. It's been January 2023. That first time we came down. Remember, when I came in there. You might not remember because we hadn't officially met yet. But I came in. I had a whole crew with me. So it was Rich, it was Jamaica, it was Jason, Eric was there. Of course, he was there. He had to be there. And we all came in together. So Rich was there. So he's met you before. Oh, we lost Eric.
When we were doing the photo.
Yeah, he was there for the photo shoot. Yeah.
Oh, that's when I thought that y'all was the investors and all of that. I don't know. I rolled up. I was like, all right, they here. Yeah. Fred about that there was somebody involved. Remember, there was some people that was involved, but the way y'all
I was one of them.
Yeah, okay. So when the way y'all rolled up, I was like, all right, they here. And these are.
Yeah, I was representing one of them.
Yeah, I remember thinking that. Okay, so yeah, so the one of the things that I guess as a director, do you direct your own films, or that's something you're getting into?
That's something I'm getting into.
Yeah.
When I first film out here, now we're filming. So
nice.
That yes, sir.
Nice. One of the things that I think a lot of people lack that are just getting into, and it's crazy because I never understand how a lot of filmmakers, at least where I'm from, independent filmmakers, they slack on the actors, meaning like, first of all, one of the gripes that I have, and I make it known, is that the storylines, especially when it's black and brown people, it's typically the same, it's, because they send me scripts and Sean, we want you to be a part of this. And it's like, what? The same old, this black stories, we are so much more than that. But okay. All right. So you want to keep it hood and you want to, I guess, have a cookie cutter film that's going to be kind of like ready made, microwave made to the audience or the public. So take that. But I'm finding that a lot of people slack on the acting talent. You know what I mean? And I see a lot of people, and I don't think people realize that it's almost like studio with a microphone. You know what I mean? Like Stevie Wonder, Stephanie Mills, Shaka Khan, all these greats. You don't need a U87. You know what I mean? Like, get something that's $9.99. They're gonna sound incredible on it.
Got it.
You know what I mean? So a lot of times people will worry about the gear and this and the lighting and got this or whatever. And I'm like, in my mind, stop skimping on the actors. Wow. That's what you can have the great Robert De Niro and Sean Penn and Viola Davis and Denzel. You can film them with an iPhone. They are going to magnify whatever medium that they're on because of their acting ability. And people say, I can't get Viola. But you can go to acting classes and get students that are maybe leading the pack in that particular acting class. Like, okay, who's the one that is, like leading, and you can get a group of these people and and I just think that a lot of independent black filmmakers that are starting out, I think they skimp on that, or they don't know how to read it right. They think anybody that say, yo, put the gun down, nigga. Like that. I mean, it's like there's different variations of saying even that line and intensity and so I'm just something that's very, very important to me is really knowing the art of every facet of filmmaking, and number one being, you know, the actors, you know, getting the right actors.
Yeah, that's good. That's speaking to me. That's dope. Because a lot of time that might be the last thing people put on the budget versus the first thing on the budget.
Yes. You know, and a lot of times we and a lot of filmmakers that I independent Black filmmakers that are kind of like trying to make their way, they go by the look.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, every killer doesn't look like that.
This man is good. Are y'all listening?
Look like that. Some of them are clean cut and they killed 10 people. Like, stop going with these cliche looks and attitudes and personas or whatever, and sometimes go, you know what I mean? So it's that important for me. I'm very passionate about that, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Eric. I see you're back. He made it back. He made it back.
This is what I want to say real quick, Bree, is that something you said to me, you said to all of us, and that stuck with me, and it's actually helped shape some things for me. And what you said was this. You was like, all of these Christian people I'm hanging around, all of you guys are Christian people. I'm not the Christian guy, but yet you guys have not judged me or said nothing towards me, not one time.
Wow.
You said you guys accepted me. He said y'all cool and laid back. It's not, you know, y'all church, but y'all not what the typical church guy people are. And that you were embraced for who you were, never judged, never, hey man, don't hang out with this guy. You know, he was like, Breed, you want to roll out here? We're gonna get into this, we get into that. So, you know, it goes back to people. When you meet somebody who may not have grown up in the church or whatever, don't act funny and different with them. That's people like Fred. He's just that guy. He's not gonna change who he is for nobody. And so when Breed said that to us, that was her, hey Ursula, that was really something special, man, that you saw that there was a difference in all of us. But we didn't make you feel different, if that makes sense.
Oh, totally, man. And it was so relaxing for me because I was just like, I thought I was going to be an outcast, to be honest with you. I thought that, you know, oh, wow, they're speaking a language that I don't know about. But then behind the scenes with like just the way we connected, bro, like it was so, it was like, like, these are dope individuals, man. Like,
man, and you just use the terminology that I find myself using all the time, even in conversations with Rich and Eric. I'd be like, y'all, it's like we speak our own language, man. Like the church has its own language, like it's its own world. And somebody who didn't grow up around that or grow up in that, they ain't gonna know that language. Like they don't know that language, and so you can come in there saying all kind of stuff that makes sense to you. But somebody else come in, they ain't gonna understand what you're talking about. So like you start hitting them with all that, and then when they don't understand it, you know, a lot of church folks get a little judgy after that. You know, what you mean you don't want you like Deion Cole, like that joke. What you mean you don't know him? You don't know Jesus? All the stuff my Lord, Deion Cole, I think did that joke. All the stuff my Lord, all the stuff he done for you. You don't love you don't know him. Like But you know, but we be getting that way for real sometimes. So, you know, I have to be even conscious of that. That's why I enjoy. That's why I said that day we all went to church together. That was my that was my way of almost even just confirming that with people, which was like, yo, listen, everybody didn't grow up the way you grew up, man. Like, just love people because they're people, and that's your whole thing. Just love, man. You got the whole love thing, you know.
Oh yeah. That's it.
Before I go, Zeke, before I go, Breed, Tammy said, tell Breed I said what up, because I told her he was. And Reed as well. Reed said she definitely, you know, thank y'all for your support and prayers for her and her situation right now.
Yeah.
Name in your mouth, man. Keep her in prayer and keep her encouraged.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, Breed, I got to get out there because I got to get back and whip some employees. So I'm gonna hit you later, bro.
Be safe and love, man. Love always.
See you. Oh, matter of fact, dude, we coming to your city in a few weeks. I give you the date, so Fred can call you out again.
I'm there.
Yes, sir. See y'all later.
And we're starting to film Under Blessed pretty soon. That movie that I'm in with Fred. Yeah. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll say that's the next ending.
Yeah.
That's the next one.
Make that announcement for him. He said, make sure we mention this. He told me to make sure I mention it. that next month he gonna start the Hood Book auditions. The Hood Book goes out in 2026 on the road. Certain people like Breed, y'all ain't going nowhere. A few people ain't going nowhere, but he made that known. But man, so thank you, Breed, again for being you, bro, and being a good guy. Man. I genuinely love you, dude.
Man.
Yep.
I don't tell me I love him like that.
He don't. I don't think I've ever heard it.
You've never heard it. You've never heard it. You never will again. But I'll see y'all later, man. Take care.
All right, E. And since we are like overtime, man, Sean, I know we done held you so long, man, but this conversation has gotten so good. And I got to get to a 10:30 thing. But, man, listen, I got to have you back on. I got to have, because I didn't even play some of the clips like with your music and some of your acting stuff. We just got right into the conversation, man. And I want the people to see you.
We just got to keep going. We got to keep going because we got so much to talk about, man.
Yeah, for real, man. So tell the people what you're working on right now and where they can find you and all that good stuff. You know, let them know who you is.
I think episode 8 and 9 I'm in on Power Raising Canaan. I won't give the ending, but it's pretty dramatic. There's a couple of films that I did last year that should be coming out this summer, including Hood Book. And the Colored Museum, we hit the stage again with that, and got a couple other plays I just signed on to do, and some more television work, man. I'm in deep. I'm knee deep. So
you out here working. Tell the people where they can find you, all your Insta handles and all those things like that. Because I'm telling you, y'all need to follow this man. I'm telling you, put him in your algorithm. You're gonna have great stuff going on. I promise.
For Instagram, Sean Breed, SeanBreed, and that's Instagram and TikTok. And then Sean Miles, MYLES. It's crazy because I spell it so differently. SHAWMYLES on Facebook. So and everything else is Sean Breed on TikTok and Instagram.
There you go, right there. IG and I put IG, but it's IG and TikTok. You'll find them at Sean Breed. And then if you want him on Facebook, it's the name that he has right there. Sean Miles. There you go. See, you do spell that so differently. Like I remember when you told me your last name was Miles. I was like, for real? I thought it was Breed this whole time. I was like, and you don't even spell Sean that way? I was like, oh man, you're an enigma. No, dude, listen, I got to have you back on. We got to have you back on one day when you got some free time and just chop it up some more and continue part 2 of the conversation. Cause man, I always say this, I always talk about you because you are an incredible dude. If ain't nobody else telling you that, you heard it from me. You an incredible dude. Go.
Rich.
Yo.
If you got something,
hey,
I
will definitely do it.
Yeah,
I'll reach out. We got the new thing. It's called Out of Darkness right now, but we're gonna work on a part 2, and I would love to talk to you about it for real.
Listen, I'm telling you, he gonna elevate your whole thing up, bro. I'm telling you, he gonna elevate your thing. He gonna elevate all your actors. He just got that personality. That's just him. Like his thing is just it's like intense, man. You know, we be going around doing the Hood Book rehearsals and stuff, trying to do our best Sean Breed impersonations. I believe the word you're looking for is. We be trying, man. We can't nobody do it like Breed though, man. Can't nobody do it like him.
I love it. That's what's up.
Listen, man, this has been good. Y'all follow Sean Breed, aka Sean Miles, aka Sean Breed. Y'all follow him on Instagram, follow him on TikTok, follow him on Facebook, follow him in all the places. Because I promise you, if he's in your algorithm, you're gonna have a good algorithm. Y'all, you already heard him say it, Fred Hammond, and he even had to reject John P. Key, y'all. He had to
I follow him now.
He in there now, but he had to put him on a wait list. John P. Key got put on the wait list, man. Like this is somebody y'all want, man. Somebody y'all want to know. And Sean, bro, I'm so happy that you got on here. I'm really, really, really happy that you got on here with us. And I really do want to have you back on again. Like if you get some time. Yeah, we'll work it out then. Let's make it happen. Do a part 2 because you started speaking on some stuff that we definitely, many of us need to hear, and so that wisdom is necessary. Sure. Yeah, man. Definitely. Well, let's see. So part 2 of the round table. Rich Holmes, give the people your final words real quick then. We done heard from Sean. Now we got to hear from you. Give the people your final words. I'm supposed to have music in the background. I turned it off. My bad. There you go.
Again, I hope something was said to impact you, to help you go forward, to push past whatever it is that you're going through, your pain, your struggle, your past. Something was said to ignite your fire, thinking that something was a mark that was left that would not be erased. I'll pray for you like I always say, life is choice driven. You'll live and die by the choices you choose to make. I got a hint for you. Choose life. God, go with those that was here, Lord. Be with them, protect them, keep them guided until we meet again. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Hey, man. Sean, you got any final encouraging words you want to give to people? Because you always got an encouraging word. I know you can just pull one out. So.
One simple one. And you know how I end all my videos. Love.
Yeah.
That's it. That's everything.
Just as simple as that. Love. Man, listen, y'all. This has been a phenomenal show. I want to thank my guest, Sean Breed, my brother, for getting on here. And speaking of brothers, tell your brother Shannon I said, what's up, man? Tell him I said, hey, man. Absolutely. Shout out to Rich and to Eric for being on this morning. Hey, y'all have locked in with Zeke Live in the morning. And I told y'all this is a great way to start your day. So y'all please make sure y'all continue to lock in every morning. Let me put one quick announcement up real quick if y'all don't mind it. Just to remind the people of what I got going on tomorrow if it comes up. I think it's going to come up. I think it's going to come up. I think it's going to come up. There you go. There you go. It's coming. It's coming. Come on, StreamYard. There it goes. So on tomorrow, if you're in the Illinois area, if you're in the Chicago area, on tomorrow, we're doing this. I talked about it a little bit. So please feel free to go back to this broadcast, look a little bit earlier when I was talking about the Day of Advocacy. We're advocating for the Community Healing Resource Center Network, people who've been impacted by gun violence and traumatized by that stuff. And we're also advocating for a Clean Slate Initiative. In other words, ending permanent punishments, making sure people who did the crime and then did the time don't get out and then got to do more time that they don't have to do, such as putting a check mark on a box that says I'm a convicted felon, so now I can't have this job. We want people to have jobs. Well, we got to make a way for them. And that's what we're advocating for. That's here in the state of Illinois. So if you're in Chicago, Illinois, if you even live in another state, but you work or go to church or have family or hang out or whatever in Illinois, come on through and do that. We ain't free till we all free. Yep. So listen, y'all, this has been a great show. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all subscribing. Make sure y'all with us. It's been a great show. We are on our way out of here. I got to get to actual jobs. So I love y'all. Y'all tell the people peace out. Peace out. Bree, thanks, man. I appreciate you. I'm going to hit you up later, bro. All right, Rich Holmes. People, good night. Well, good morning or good afternoon or whatever time it is. Peace.